Cyno Story Quest Act 2. I am super excited about this, and I am hoping that there is a ton of lore in this. We do get to meet a new character in this with Sethos, and I can't wait to see what he's all about. So I'm really hoping that this is just blows my mind. That's what I'm hoping for. So let's go see Sino and see what's going on with him today. Oathkeeper, the mysterious letter. You and Paimon return to Sumeru to visit some local friends. Let's go see our friends and let's go meet the newest character, Sethos, and see what he is all about.
Wow, the academia sure is busy during the day.
It's always busy during the day.
But where should we go looking for people that we know?
There he is.
Paimon.
What's going on, Stud Muffin? How have you been? How have you been? I hope you're doing well. I'm so excited for this.
Cyno! It's been so long since we last saw you!
It really has been. Really feels like it's been forever. You look like you've been keeping well.
As do you. You don't seem weary at all from your travels. If anything, you seem stronger.
We are. We're buff. We're strong.
So, what brings you back here?
We work out.
Oh, nothing in particular. I just saw a really big mushroom out on the road the other day and suddenly missed all our friends in Sumeru.
Paimon's voice acting in this patch has been top tier. Her voice acting has been spot on in this patch.
Funnily enough, we were reminiscing about you recently too. It was at a group dinner. I look forward to hearing about your travels. Something tells me we must have a lot to catch up on.
We do.
Really? You were thinking of us too? What a coincidence!
Indeed. Or as I call it, the biryani factor.
Biryani? Yes. Yeah, same.
You really want me to say the rest?
Yes.
Okay. It's always rice to meet stew again.
Really, Sino? Really? Really? Sayu, I'm gonna have to go into Sayu's chat, the person that voice acts Sino, right? I'm gonna be like, it's always rice to meet stew again. Come on, man.
Oh, darn, he said it.
Yeah, he did. I win the bet, Paimon. Time to pay up.
You like that one, huh? You must if you remember it after all this time. Admit the truth. You have long been in awe of my razor-sharp wit.
Oh no. Are we getting jokes, Sino, in this story quest? I hope so.
Here's your 500 Mora.
We share the same bank account, Paimon. Thanks, Sino. Feels good to hit the jackpot. Thanks, Paimon. Feels good to hit the jackpot.
Paimon's never making a bet again. Paimon really thought Cyno would be able to hold back on the jokes. They say people can change, but maybe that's just wishful thinking.
So this was technically my fault. In that case, I'll treat you to some sweets later.
Sounds good.
Anyway, I'm actually investigating a case right now. My mind is focused on work, which is why I didn't complete the joke at first.
A case? What happened?
Yeah, what's going on now?
Nothing major. But after finding out who was involved, I decided on reflection to handle this one myself.
Need any help? We only came here to hang out, so we've got the time. You may as well take us with you, and then when you're done, we can, you know...
Paimon's voice acting is great. I mean, we are the ace detectives. I mean, we've been doing detective work ever since, like, basically Inazuma. Well, no, Liyue.
Such enthusiasm. Are you worried I'll forget about treating you to some sweets if you're not around to remind me?
We're the Genshin Impact CSI team.
What? No! All right, was it really that obvious?
Obvious enough. Still, it's a fine idea. You are the heroes of Sumeru. It makes perfect sense to work together. All right, follow me.
All right, let's go. Let's go hang out with Cyno. I'm excited for this, man. I'm really excited for this one. Oathkeeper. This is gonna be interesting. I hope it's got so much lore in it. I hope it has so much lore. All right, now we're in the academia.
See him?
Yes.
The old man flailing around?
Dude, I like that ponytail. Not this song, Genshin. Oh, it brings back such sad memories.
Oh, is he the one you wanted to talk to about the case?
Correct. His name is Cyrus.
Cyrus.
A former Spontamot sage. He taught both me and Lisa.
Huh? Cyno's teacher is in trouble?
It's ridiculous. I'm just an old man who enjoys a spot of gardening, shopping, and wine. What sort of person targets an old retiree?
So this is the person that taught Sino and Lisa.
Professor, I've brought some friends.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me, Sino. Not bad. I was like, wait, did he just call me by my name? Okay, he's talking to the guy though, all right? Because my MC's character's name is Professor. I go by Professor. And then when he said Professor, just kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Ah, Cyno. Now who do we have here?
Me, Traveler, we're famous. Have you not heard of us?
Hold on, let me think. A flying fairy dressed in white? A youth who does not seem to hail from this land?
You know who we are.
My goodness. You must be the legendary traveler in Paimon.
Legendary.
I've heard all about what you've done for Sumeru.
Yeah, we've done a lot. You're welcome.
Wow, looks like we're really famous.
Legendary.
I've told him about you before. You are my friends, after all.
Good to meet you, sir. We're here to help Cyno.
That's right. Let me summarize the situation.
Are you going to tell us another joke? Please do.
A couple of days ago, Professor Cyrus suddenly received a threat letter.
Ooh.
A threat letter?
Ooh.
Exactly. Who sends a threat letter to an old man like me, for goodness sake?
This is the letter in question.
What's it say?
Cyrus, I have uncovered your secret. If you wish to prevent it from going public, leave 10 million mora at the back door of the cafe.
10 million Mora?
Secondly, don't come looking for me. You'll never find me. But I will always be watching you and all of your secrets. Finally, if you dare to report this to the mantra, there will be consequences.
Well, too late.
Wow, they sure didn't mince their words.
No, they didn't.
Clearly, this person must be desperate for Mora.
10 million more. What a
It's a lot. It's a lot of money.
I'm just a single retiree with nothing to my name beyond the tomatoes in my garden. Where do people think I'm hiding 10 million more, huh? In my tomatoes?
I don't know, you could have it buried in cans underground.
There were no witnesses, so currently the letter is all we've got. So, Traveler, Paimon, let's put our heads together.
I'm ready whenever you are. Let's CSI this thing.
Paimon's ready too.
Yeah, let's go.
All right,
Do we
take
get
a look.
Detective Paimon in this?
Do you see anything suspicious?
Is she gonna whip out the glasses? Cyrus, I have uncovered your secret. Do I see anything suspicious in this? Yes. This looks like one of the temples out in the desert, like an entrance to one of the temples out in the desert. Right? From Sino's description, it sounds like the threat letter didn't come in an envelope. It was simply written on a crude piece of paper and left for Cyrus to find. The paper, the ink?
Yes. Some of the strokes are blurry.
So is there something wrong with the ink?
Possibly. And I bet the paper has something to do with it.
Most of the paper around here is much
Why?
smoother than this, and the ink is absorbed quickly so it doesn't run. This paper, meanwhile, it's very coarse-grained, almost as if it's made from some sort of plant matter.
They're smart. Way smarter than me.
It's certainly not the same paper as we use in the academia, but the ink is nothing special. Just regular black ink that gets a blue tinge when applied to paper.
So do we think the culprit has a connection with the academia or not?
I would say no.
Wait, check this out. Looks like this part got wet at some point.
Agreed. The staining suggests it was a colored liquid, not plain water.
Coffee.
It also looks like it was wiped off with a damp cloth.
Probably some coffee. I spill my coffee all the time. Stains everything.
A colored liquid. So, tea? Wine?
Looks like we're thinking along similar lines.
Coffee?
Let's go talk to Arav. There are some things I'll need him to take care of.
All right, let's go talk to Arav.
Arav. Ah, there he is.
Arav, how's it going, bro? What's up, dude? You look angry.
Mahamatra Cyno, Sir Cyrus. Ah, and the Traveler and Paimon. It's been a while.
Sino briefs Arav on the case. Yes, do you know anything
As such,
from
I'm
this paper
inclined
and
to
ink?
believe that the culprit in this case is a student at the academia. Somebody young and strapped for cash. Oh, one last thing. I'd start your investigation by taking a look at the cafes in the city.
Oh, of course! You think the culprit spilled their coffee on the ladder, huh?
That's what I said.
They do look like coffee stains to me.
Look at me being the smart one.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, the letter is written on a type of scented paper that has aromatics added during the manufacturing process. The kind often provided as writing material for customers in cafes and taverns.
Ah, of course. Yes, like they sell in the gift shops. I remember now. Zaha Hadi bought some a while back. She said she was going to use it as wrapping paper for a vase.
Understood. I'll assemble a team to investigate the points of interest immediately.
You do that.
You have my gratitude.
Yes, thank you.
One last thing.
Get on it.
Send some Matra to guard the entrances and exits of Sumeru City. And change into plain clothes. Don't let them see you coming.
Will do.
Yes. Put on some jeans and a t-shirt, bro.
Great thinking, Cyno. So, where do we think the culprit's at right now?
I doubt that they'd go back to the cafe.
Yeah, they've probably been lying low at home waiting to see how Cyrus reacts.
You're right, Paimon.
But nothing has happened. If they're kind of watching him, he's already informed the Matra about this. Or is this the first time Cyno's like, you know, learning about it or whatever? Because if that's the case, then something should have already happened to him, right?
Really? Which part?
The culprit's approach.
His approach.
Whatever happens, they need this Mora. But just because they warned Professor Cyrus not to go to the Matra doesn't mean they know what he'll do next. So, like you said, they need to wait and see. And crucially, the culprit said they'd be watching the professor's every move.
Is it you back there behind me? I know you can't see it because he's behind. There's somebody looking at books. Are you eavesdropping on us, bro?
Huh? Wait, are you saying...
Are you gonna go talk to this guy? What's Sino doing? Hello? It is. See, what are you doing over there?
Found you!
Yeah. Beat him up.
What are you doing?
Beat him up.
You wrote the threat letter!
Yeah, you did.
I don't know what you're talking about. What threat letter?
Who are you?
I sensed someone was watching us from the shadows the moment we entered the House of Dana. You managed to stay relatively well hidden for someone reckless enough to threaten Professor Cyrus.
Sino's pissed.
There are a lot of people here, but we were looking specifically for Arav. Whoever followed us the whole way was likely to be the culprit.
It was you, wasn't it?
I was just listening in, that's all. You know something big's going down when Mahamatra Cyno shows up, right? So I got a little curious. What's the big deal?
You smiled when Arav left. I saw it as clear as day.
Sino.
Is smiling a crime now?
There are coffee stains on the letter. You mixed some coffee with water, gently smeared it onto the paper, then wiped it off with a wet cloth, all to create the impression that the letter was written at a cafe. Closing off the exits to the city doesn't affect you, because you already live here. And as long as the Matra were focused on the cafes, you would be free from scrutiny.
There you go. Case closed. Story quest over. Roll credits.
The cafe was a red herring all along. You had to be somewhere where you could monitor the professor's movements.
You can't pin this on me. I haven't done anything.
Really? Then why are you shaking like a leaf? The innocent have no
Sino's
reason
such
to
a
fear the
badass.
Matra. But you,
Ooh.
your heart's racing, and your eyelids are twitching.
They really are.
Terrible liar.
I would never...
Don't try anything or you'll pay the price. Now come with me.
Sino is such a badass. Man. Where are we going?
That was over quickly. Cyno already caught the guy.
That's what I said. Roll credits. That's it. Story quest over.
You're telling me. 1 minute I go out for a quick smoke, the next minute
Hey.
I see Arav already on his way back to meet up with Cyno. Looked like a young guy, too. Couldn't have been much more than 30. But after what he's done, I'm afraid he's ruined his whole future.
I feel like there's something more to that.
Everyone, it's all over.
Okay,
Gosh, that was so fast!
that was quick.
The culprit's name is Uraka. A
Raka.
16-year-old student in the Rataoish Darshan.
Huh?
16? Cyrus thought he looked 30-something!
We checked his records. He's 16. A
16?
third-year student.
Man,
But he looks so old.
Yeah, seriously.
Foolish
16?
child. He's too young for the criminal life. What the devil drove him down this path?
We questioned the culprit regarding his motives. He,
Oh, just spit it out. Nothing can surprise me at this point.
very well. It's our understanding that Uraka is a mediocre student who has been underperforming in his classes. He started taking extra tutoring to improve his grades, but developed a gambling habit around the same time and lost a lot of mora.
he must have went and visited Pinnaconey over in Star Rail universe. Cause man, that place is Las Vegas on steroids.
Down on his luck, he went to the tavern for a drink and overheard some people chatting about Sir Cyrus's comfortable retirement. They mentioned that he's always arguing about his tomato plants with some old woman on the street.
Some old woman on the street? Goodness gracious. Has that rascal attended a single one of his classes? That old woman is Kasharwar's very own professor, Zaha Hadi. How can he not know who Zaha Hadi is?
Is this going somewhere?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too, Sino.
Oh, right, yes. So another thing. We don't just argue about tomato plants. And what are they trying to insinuate by comfortable retirement? A man grows a few vegetables and suddenly he's living a life of luxury?
Well, you never know. You never know. Inflation, I mean, you can be making a ton of money.
Maybe it's more the fact that you have the time to grow vegetables in the first place.
Uraka mentioned he'd heard a rumor, alleging that Sir Cyrus illegally obtained a large sum of money from the desert before retiring, and kept it for himself instead of reporting it to the academia.
Is that true?
Uraka believes this money to be the reason why Sir Cyrus hasn't kept up with any academic research or other projects since his retirement. And given your advanced age, he thought you'd be an easy target to blackmail.
Oh, Uraka. I'm at a loss for words. I'm so angry I don't know where to start.
What are you gonna do?
People make up rumors all the time.
True.
I am quite confident that Professor Cyrus has never embezzled a mora in his life.
Arav, you'll have to find some excuse to interrogate Uraka again later. I need you to deliver a few firm fistfuls to him on my behalf.
So basically, this professor is trying to tell him to like torture this guy.
I completely understand how you feel, Sir Cyrus, but I'm afraid that course of action goes against the Matra's principles.
Just don't tell nobody.
Professor, there's no need to be childish about this.
Look, all you gotta do is send him over to Candace. Look, call up Candace. Candace enjoys that stuff, okay? Just either take him over to Candace or have Candace come here. She's not gonna care.
Oh, come on. I was clearly joking.
Okay.
Were you though?
Where does this go from here?
The academia will determine the appropriate disciplinary action against the student.
Well, he's gonna be
And
expelled,
as for
obviously.
the individuals spreading rumors about the professor's obsession with tomatoes and some old woman on the street, there could be a slander case here. The Matra will continue to investigate.
Who said I'm obsessed with some old woman on the street? Mind your wording or you'll start a whole new rumor.
Are you though? Are you? Do you have the hots for her?
You seem confused. Oh, don't you understand?
We're always confused.
Uraka is just a young boy who made a very rash and very stupid decision based on some groundless rumor he heard. Besides, I didn't actually hand over any mora to him. The whole thing sounds a lot worse than it is. All it costs me is a little reputational damage. That's all.
Please rest
It'll be
assured,
fine.
Professor, that the academia will issue a
But see-
fair and reasonable punishment.
Once you get to that age, like once you get to be like old, You don't care. Like for me, I'm already at that point where it's like I got 0 F's to give. You know what I mean? But once you get to that age and you're retired and all that stuff, for me, it's like I don't care. Like you know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do to me now?
Yes, I have no doubt about that. But as a former educator, I'd still like to have a serious conversation with the boy's parents. The family lives in the city, yes?
Oh Lord, what are you gonna do?
Correct.
What are you gonna say?
We looked into the family. Both parents are merchants and they're often away on business. They've never taken much of an active role in their children's lives.
Oh, what a mess.
So they don't care.
You don't have to seal the evidence away yet, do you? I'd like to have that letter back for the time being, if possible. I need something concrete for when I talk to the family tonight. We have to show them how serious this situation is.
The relevant authorities have already reviewed the evidence and are now discussing Araka's punishment. You can hold on to the letter for now. Just make sure to return it within a couple of days.
What if this was set up by the professor? What if this was like maybe that's why he wants the letter back so badly, is so he can like destroy the evidence or something. What if he did this for some stupid reason? Like, you know, people faking their own deaths or something. Like, we don't know. I know I'm just conspiracy theorying right now, but you know.
Oh, so you'll be able to close the case in 2 days?
Give or take. Cases like this are quick to resolve.
Very good. Well, thank you for all your help.
I think there's more to him than he's
We'll
saying.
go for a meal together. Oh, my treat, of course.
Oh, food? Yeah.
My apologies, Sir Cyrus, but I have a prior commitment. Enjoy the meal, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Ah, I see. Well, that's a pity. But Cyno, you have to come. You found the culprit at record speed, and I owe you for that. Ah, and isn't Tighnari in town at the moment? Bring him
Hey,
along, too.
Tighnari, what is he doing here?
Wait, you mean Tighnari's in the city?
What's he doing?
He is. Tighnari's master, Sir Nephis, called him and Kale to the academia to help out on a project.
Cole's here
They
too?
should be at Nephis's office at this hour.
Oh, yay.
Though I must say, I'm surprised you're extending an invitation to Tighnari. Did you do something to offend Sir Nephis?
Don't be outrageous. Nephis offends me all the time. It's never the other way around. Anyway, hurry up and fetch Tighnari.
Let's go see
I'll
him.
head over to the tavern with the traveler and Paimon. See you there.
No, we want to go and fetch Tighnari and Cole, okay? We don't want to go anywhere with you. I want to go and see Cole and Tighnari.
Go on now. Don't keep us waiting.
No, let Sino go with you and we'll go the... Hey!
Not to brag, but we never had problems like this at Ratawa Hist back when I was still teaching. And if you don't want to take my word for it, you can ask them.
I want to talk to Cole and Tighnari. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
They were students at the time. They'll tell you what it was like, won't they?
I was out in the forest at least 4 days a week back then, thanks to a colossal workload from Master. It wrought havoc on my poor tail, so I didn't exactly keep up to date with what was going on at the academia.
It's so good to see these two. I feel like it's been forever since we've seen Tighnari and Cole.
Most of what I know, I heard from Sino after the fact.
Professor's become a lot more laid back in his retirement. He used to be far stricter, and was especially known for being extremely principled.
Wow. It's hard enough to stay true to your principles as a normal person. I can't imagine doing that as a sage.
It's so good to see Cole, man. I adore her so much.
It's a pity Kale wasn't around at the time. I would have happily taken her on as a student.
And then we'd have one more person who has to address Lisa as upper class woman.
Is that what we're doing? We have to address Lisa's upper class woman if that's what she wants.
Really?
She can
Can't we
have
just call
whatever.
her Lisa? She seems to prefer it when people treat her like an older sister.
Oh, believe me, back when she was a student, nothing made her happier than the younger students acknowledging her seniority.
Really? That's surprising. Oh, look at the goatee on this guy.
Whoa, more food? Are you sure about this? We don't want to take advantage.
Yeah, I'm sure you ain't worried about that, Paimon.
Oh, don't worry about it. Order whatever you like, and if it's not enough, order some more. After all your help today, Treating you to dinner is the least I can do.
Okay, where did you get all this money from? Maybe what they said about you was true, that you had found some money out in the desert illegally and didn't report it and all that other stuff. Because how do you have the money as a retired professor? As a school teacher, I can tell you right now, we don't make any money. So where are you getting this money from to buy us food? All this fancy schmancy stuff? Huh?
I thought I heard some familiar voices.
Oh dear
Sir Cyrus
God.
is here as well.
Oh no. Oh my God. Oh my God. Kave's here. Please tell me I'll Hate Them shows up. Please tell me that I'll Hate Them shows up. Oh, I need more I'll Hate Them Kave bromance in my life. I swear. Kave, how are you doing, dude? It's so good to see you.
Oh, Kave, it's been a while. Zahahadi was talking about you last month.
Oh my God. Kave.
I've been all right, thank you. You're looking very well, sir. I'm glad to see it.
Have you eaten yet?
can't even with him.
Care to join us?
That's awfully kind of you, but I had a late lunch, so I'm not really hungry just yet. I'll have dinner a little bit later tonight. I just came
Without
to
Hate Them,
Lombard's
right?
to buy some wine, and when I heard some voices I recognized, I thought I'd come and say hello.
Hi.
So what's the occasion, anyway?
Been a while since I've seen
Some
him.
sort of celebration?
Consolation, more like. You wouldn't believe the day I've had.
Cyrus vividly recounts today's events with the benefit of those who weren't there to witness it.
Sounds like things have really gone downhill since I was there. My whole time as a student, I've never heard of anything remotely like that.
Yeah, pretty crazy, right, Tainari?
I can't believe how young the guy is.
16?
What are his parents going to think?
Young people are always more susceptible to making rash and ill-advised decisions. Their minds are still developing. It's just an unfortunate fact of life.
I still feel like he's a little sus. He's a little sus. And look at Kave just eyeing him so hard.
But still, this boy has some nerve. Just look at what he wrote. Oh, it makes my blood boil.
Wow, yeah. Jeez.
I will always be watching you and all of your secrets.
Dun dun dun.
Then he just followed you into the house of Dana?
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, that was a little clumsy. That's why I don't think it's him. I think there's more to it than that.
If this were my son, he'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
Oh, it's another humph.
Luckily, I'm also an extremely principled person.
Kave! Your order's ready, sir!
Kave, see you later.
Coming.
Oh, I'll Hate Them, we said hello.
I'll have to get going. Have a nice evening, everyone. I'll catch you all another time.
It was good for him to just show up out of nowhere, though.
Okay, bye-bye!
Bye-bye.
Here I am. The coffee beans are in here too.
Yep, it's all there. I'll stop babbling away now. Let's eat before the food gets cold.
Okay, let's go. That was just like a little weird interaction. That was like a very random Kave sighting that had nothing to do with anything. Or at least I could tell had nothing to do with anything. He just showed up, just said hello, hey guys, listened in, and then left. You were all busy chatting that you almost forgot about the food. Luckily, it's still hot and you enjoyed a delicious celebratory meal after a crazy day. Everybody full? Got their fill?
Oh, too tasty. Paimon's belly is about to explode.
I don't believe that. You got room. You still have room. I know you do.
Oh, mine too. I'll have to walk home to burn some of it off.
Thanks for dinner, Sir Cyrus.
Yeah, it was
Master
nice.
Tainari and I will bring you some homemade herbal tea next time. It'll do wonders for your sleep.
Cole is such a cutie patootie.
Well, I look forward to that. In fact, could I trouble you to bring a little extra for the other old folks on my street? I'll be the envy of the neighborhood.
No problem at all. I'll pack some up and bring it over.
Thank you for treating us. That was very nice.
I'll see you all later. I better head home now and tend to the crops.
Good night, Professor. Don't let those tomatoes keep you up too late.
Yeah.
Hey, My tomatoes are serious business. I am not about to be beaten by Zaha Hadi. Anyway, I'll be leaving now.
I still there's something more
Stay
to
up
there's
too late now, children.
there's more to
I
him.
bid you all a good night.
There's more to him.
Take care. Have a safe trip home.
All right. Now, we finally have some us time.
Yeah, let's go have a beer somewhere.
What do you mean, us time?
Party.
Well, I was talking with Tainari and Kale, and since we all have some free time, we thought we could all go camping together. Think of it as our way of welcoming you back to Sumeru.
A camping trip? What? We're gonna go on a camping trip with these three? Oh my god.
Camping? Oh, that sounds fun. Paimon's in.
Yeah, let's go. That really does sound fun. Time to show off my tent pitching skills.
Wait, no, that's my job.
Oh, sorry.
Get away from me.
My bad.
Why don't you and Paimon help out Master or Cyno?
Okay.
You don't have to play the hero when you're out with us. This is your chance to just, laze around and switch off for a bit.
Relax? Yeah, right.
Everyone, let's meet tomorrow afternoon at the riverbank to the southeast of Gandharvaville.
We're actually gonna go on a camping trip.
No need to bring anything. We've already packed everything for the trip. Just bring your delightful selves and prepare to have some fun.
Sounds good, Tainari.
You got it. We'll be there.
Great. Then we'll see you tomorrow.
Camping trip with these three is gonna be a good time. Look at these guys.
Here. Wow, you guys are ahead of the game. You set
Yeah.
up the tents already.
I'd say we're right about on schedule, actually. We were aiming to have them set up before you arrived.
So we didn't have to do anything? Kale, how are you?
Traveler, Paimon, let's go fishing together.
Fishing.
Whatever we catch, we can grill for dinner tonight.
We're like on a legit vacay.
You got it. Dinner's on us tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna catch us some fish.
I hope I can contribute too. The other forest watchers gave me some fishing tips a little while ago. I'm really looking forward to giving them a try.
I'm just waiting on the shoe to drop.
I saw some very appetizing mushrooms in the area, so I gathered a few for us. I'll leave them here along with some fresh fruit.
Wow, camping with a forest watcher is the way to go. They think of everything. And even if they don't, they can improvise.
This is true. I don't think I've ever had a single rough day in this forest.
So, how has everything been going for you?
Oh, Tainari, take a seat. We have a lot to tell you.
Well, there's been some high points and low points, but we've had some unforgettable experiences along the way.
Yeah, we have.
I see. Oh, in that case, you should try a valberry. I bought some from the market this morning.
Okay.
A valuable suggestion. Just don't bury your feelings using food.
Really? Valuable suggestion. Just don't bury your feelings using food. Sino.
All I wanted was to recommend something bittersweet.
Oh, I have a sudden craving for fruit tea. I'm gonna go fetch some stuff.
You wait till I go into Sayu's chat next time I'm in there. I'm gonna give him such a hard
Sure
time.
made a run for it.
I'm gonna give him such a hard time. She made a run for it.
Unbelievable. She made a run for it.
She got the hell out of there.
So Kale chose the path of tactical retreat.
Yeah, she did.
Could it be she foresaw what shall soon come to pass?
She got the hell out of there.
My dear friend, you know
Oh,
what
no.
I am about to say.
Oh no. Oh no. It's genius invocation time. Not now.
Oh, drat. A flat-out rejection. But this isn't over.
Oh
It's only
Lord.
a matter of time before I challenge you again. So be ready.
Coley said I'm out.
Ugh, this guy. Somebody make it stop.
Oh good Lord. We're gonna have to be putting up with this all night, ain't we? Valuable lesson. Oh dear Lord. Birds chirping away, the soothing sound of running water. This is nice. No agenda, just relax and enjoy. Finally! Finally, we actually just get to just chill and do nothing for the first time.
We got a bite!
Ooh, let's go get it.
I'll reel it in.
Go get it, Cyno. Just don't fall in. Which would be hilarious.
Firewood, spices, snacks, and drinks. Everything's ready. Once Kale gets back, we can light up the fire and start grilling.
Yeah, she got the hell out of there real quick. Ooh, it's nighttime. I think a camping trip with these three would be actually a fun time. We are actually relaxing. It is actually really nice to see Traveler just chilling. Honestly, it really is, because it's always go, go, go. We're always doing something. Somebody's always asking us for help or wanting us to do something for them. Nobody asks about our sister. Only me is the only person that has really ever asked about our sibling. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually really nice to see Traveler just chilling for the first time. Taking a day to do nothing. It's just so nice to go camping with friends. It is, it's so good. I'm glad he's actually getting this time. Now, I'm waiting on like a meteor to come out of the sky and land on our heads.
Which one do you two want to take?
The middle one.
How about the one on the left?
Whatever Paimon says.
Well, Paimon just thinks the ambiance here is a little better.
True. But it's also the closest to the water. If there are any sleepwalking fungi around tonight, they might stumble into your tent.
Nah, it'll be all right.
Well, that's no good. Take my weapon. You can use it to bar the entrance.
Your pole arm is going to bar the entire entrance?
Anyone would think you were sealing the gates to King Deshret's mausoleum.
Excellent. Then this tent will be an impenetrable fortress.
Sino is cracking me up.
I'm back. How's your appetites? Ready
Well,
for
you
the
were gone for a
barbecue?
while. Yes.
Always.
Always ready. Let's eat. Even though we just ate like yesterday, right? Had a feast.
Oh, it smells so good. Paimon's drooling.
Oh, Lord. Of course you are.
Someone sure is desperate to eat. I think it's time to add the seasoning. How do you like your skewers? Well done? Medium? Rare?
Wait, what? Isn't that just for steaks?
Hey, if it works for steak, maybe it works for other things too.
Well, I mean, she's not wrong, except, you know, there's no choice when it comes to like chicken. You have to eat chicken well done. No choice.
Medium well for me.
Okay, these are about ready now then. It'll be a few more minutes for anyone who wants theirs well done.
Well, I'm going to dig in because I'm hungry. Everyone wolfs down the delicious food.
Oh, that was so delicious. If Paimon's stomach had space, she'd eat 3 more skewers.
I ate a lot too. Here comes the food coma.
I get that way too.
If you're tired, then go rest.
Get some sleep, Cole.
You must be getting sleepy too, Paimon. Why don't you guys head to your tents? Sino and I will clean up.
Sounds good.
Tonight, I show you mercy. Our sacred duel will take place another day.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
Good night, Cole. It's always great to see you. She's so sweet, man.
Paimon's struggling to keep her eyes open.
Where's the air mattress?
Oh, don't forget this. The staff of the Scarlet Sands.
Okay.
Wait, you were actually being serious about that?
It's a very powerful weapon. Try it.
Okay.
Paimon can't even lift that thing.
Fair enough. You sure you don't want it?
Yeah, Paimon's sure. We'll be fine. And even if we do get an uninvited guest in the night, Paimon will be here to take care of the traveler.
Yeah, as we pull out our dull blade, let's not forget I have my own trusty sword, a divine artifact, slayer of countless vile monsters. Good old dull blade.
That reminds me of a parting king of invocations. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. But right now, it's time to rest. Sleep well and sweet dreams.
You too, Sino. You too. Camping trip has really relaxed me. I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight. Good, I'm glad. You deserve it, traveler. You deserve it. In the peace and tranquility of the forest, nature's warm embrace lulls you into a restful sleep. Something's gonna happen.
I think they should all be here.
I mean, this has been a pretty relaxing camping trip, and Cave is showing up.
Traveler? Paimon?
Oh no.
Are you in there? Could you come outside for a sec?
Oh my god, of course. Al Hatham and Cave. I need more Al Hatham Cave. We need like a whole story quest with these two, honestly. And we're sleeping and you want us to come out? What do you guys want? Al Hatham the stud muffin is here. Dear Lord.
Look at this.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at?
What the?
What is he doing
What's
here?
this sword doing here? Is it supposed to keep out intruders?
Evidently.
Yeah, stay out.
Huh? Who is it? Oh, what time do you call this?
Paimon cracking me up. Those voices, I recognize them. Yeah, Al Hatham and Cave.
Paimon's gonna take out the sword. Yeah!
I'm going back to sleep. Yes. Why are you waking us up? Why couldn't this could have waited till in the morning?
I'll hate them. Cave? What are you doing here? It's the middle of the night.
Yeah. Why did they come all the way out here? I don't know.
Sorry to wake you up at this hour of the night, but we've got a situation on our hands.
Of course. Of course. It was too good to be true.
Let's get dressed and talk about it outside.
Too good to be true. We got to relax for a little bit.
Something has come up. And since it pertains to Cyrus and Cyno, I deemed it essential to inform you all.
Okay.
Whoa, back up. Let's start from the beginning.
What's going on?
Where'd the wine cups go? I could have sworn I left them here after I washed them.
What?
Ah, there they are.
I'll have a cup too.
Can you see if the cookies are still on the table?
Cookies! Kami make cookies?
They are. And so are the fruits.
Oh, this is so bland. I should have gotten a few bottles of what Cyno's group was drinking last night.
Oh, I love Cave. I'll hate them interactions. Love it.
Do tell. What were they drinking?
Oh, right, I forgot to mention. So, I ran into Cyrus yesterday evening when I went to the tavern to pick up some things. He was hosting a dinner for Cyno, Tighnari, Kale, and the Traveler and Paimon. Anyway, they got a bottle of Lombard's new vintage for the table. At least, I think that's what it was. It looked pretty good.
Sounds like they're all tangled up in this.
You know what it's about, right? 16-year-old kid tried to extort Cyrus. He was asking for 10 million mora.
Yeah, we caught him.
I heard some people talking about it on the streets, yes. Didn't take them long to catch the culprit. The sages are probably dealing with the case by now.
I wonder what Sir Nephis and the others will make of it. Oh, Cyrus showed me the extortion letter, too. It was crudely written, but the paper had this beautiful pattern on it that I've never seen before. Really caught my eye. Give me a sec, I'll sketch it out for you.
Oh, and then let me guess, Al Haytham's gonna recognize what it is and he's gonna flip. He's gonna be like, oh, I know what that is. That's important. You know what I mean? He's gonna see it and just recognize it immediately. He's just sitting there reading a book, just reading away.
Okay, done.
Like
Take a look.
always.
You see what I mean? I don't think I've ever seen writing paper like this around before. God knows where the culprit got it from.
Interesting. These are all motifs associated with the tribes of the desert.
What? Really?
Take this, for instance. Looks like an outline of a spire, similar to the kind found on some ancient palaces. And the crisscrossing and mirroring here. I recognize that too.
Interesting.
It bears a striking resemblance to an ancient emblem, one that hasn't been used in a very long time.
Whose emblem is it?
It's the emblem of the Temple of Silence.
Temple of Silence. Interesting.
After discussing it with each other, we both agreed that something didn't feel right. So we went looking for you.
Well, you made a good decision, but what are we going to do about it? We don't know anything. What makes you think that we know something?
This was a long way to come from the city. Alhaitham figured you were probably with Tainari, so Gandharvaville was our first stop. But the Forest Watchers told us that you'd gone camping.
Like, it couldn't have waited till in the morning?
Then, just as we were heading off to the campsite, we ran into Cyno. He said he was on a supply run. We exchanged a few words, and then he ran off.
Hold on. So what's the deal with that emblem you were talking about? The Temple of Silence, you said? What is that? Should we be worried?
Is everything okay? Give me a second. Let me get Kale.
Okay. What's she gonna do? Where's Sino at? Sino! Somebody wake him up.
So you've never heard of the Temple of Silence?
No, I haven't.
Well, to put it simply, it's an organization that has existed in Sumeru for over 1,000 years.
Well, that's news to me.
These days, you can find a Temple of Silence office in the academia. Theoretically, it's responsible for the custody and disposal of information and documents not fit for public dissemination. At least, that's what they tell the outside world. In truth, it's essentially a vestigial institution nowadays. There's an office with their name on it, but it's functionally obsolete. Historically speaking, the original Temple of Silence is said to have been established by Hermanubis, one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret and the greatest of all sages. Most of the organization's members hailed from the desert.
Okay.
By contrast, none of the Academia Temple's current members are from the desert region, nor do they use any symbols connected with the desert folk.
So the Temple of Silence at the Academia is just a fake? Wow.
It's possible. The real question is, why?
Of course.
My guess is they're covering something up.
Of course they're covering something up. Of course they are.
So, how do you know
Everything
all
is a
this?
cover-up.
Sounds like some pretty top secret stuff.
Yeah.
Did you forget? He did a stint as acting Grand Sage.
No, I remember.
Kept the pay raise even after he resigned.
Well, I don't blame him.
Oh, yeah. Paimon did totally forget about that. So you took the chance to read all the top secret documents while you were acting Grand Sage, huh?
If you're asking me whether I familiarized myself with the documentation in my office, I would respond that that's a perfectly normal part of any job.
Mm-hmm.
So much about this doesn't make sense. Why did the emblem of the Temple of Silence appear on a threat letter from an academia student to Cyrus?
And then how come Cyno didn't recognize it? Right? You would think that Cyno would have recognized it. What's his face? Cyrus would have recognized it, right? Like they would have noticed an emblem of the Temple of Silence showing up on the letter. Like they would have seen it. They would have been like, "I know what this is," but they didn't. They didn't say a word.
The student's only 16 and doesn't have any family ties to the desert. So where could he have seen that emblem?
That's what I'm saying.
On the paper.
He got set up.
You said you ran into Cyno, yes? Did you tell him what you've just told us?
Yep. He ran off as soon as he heard what we said.
Given that Cyrus is involved, he's probably halfway through solving the case by now.
Yeah, knowing Cyno, yeah. Probably.
Still, we should try to catch up with him. At this hour of the night, Cyno will probably go looking for Cyrus at his current residence.
If the Academia's Temple of Silence really does exist just to cover up the truth, the sudden appearance of this emblem can't be good. It's sure to stir up trouble. We should pay a visit to the Academia.
All right, let's go back. We got to relax for just a little bit.
Yes. As the Sage of Amorta, my master ought to know the truth about their office. You can ask him to tell you what he knows. The more information we have, the better prepared we'll be for whatever happens there.
If this situation is connected to the real Temple of Silence, the emblem has to be part of a bigger conspiracy.
Oh no, more conspiracies.
Kale, could I trouble you to send a message to the Core of 30? Tell them to keep an eye out for Cyno and Cyrus.
Maybe Sino and Cyrus are like colluding. What if Cyno isn't like as good as what we thought? What if that's why he ran off? What if he ran off to do like CYA to cover his butt?
Traveler, Paimon, you two come with me. We'll go after Cyno.
Okay,
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
let's go.
Cyrus has been living in the city lately. He rented a place near the field so he can keep an eye on his tomato plants.
Okay,
Then let's go look for him there.
so we're going to his house. Knock, knock.
There's a lot of strange things about this situation. Oh, what a mess.
Everything's a mess.
Let me think. Current and former associates would be a good place to start. Oh, but how would I know who Cyrus is acquainted with? Cyno didn't mention any names either.
Maybe Cyno's trying to protect Cyrus
We just have to work with what we've got, I suppose.
for some reason.
Huh? What's that you're reading?
An index of the Academia's book collection. I recall there being some books that reference the Temple of Silence, but they're few and far between.
How long's that gonna take you? It's like looking for a needle in a haystack.
I'll manage.
I'm sure he will. Oh, Kami's getting mad.
All right, fine. I'll help you look through them. We'll be here all night otherwise.
It's a shame there's no coffee around here.
We love coffee. I always have coffee.
If I'd known what we were getting into, I would have
Excuse me.
made some before leaving the house. Actually, Alhaitham, have you ever met anyone from the Temple of Silence? The phonies from the Academia branch, I mean.
A few times. Their workload is even lighter than mine, so they often leave the office to chat with whoever is nearby.
Slackers.
How do you know all this? Do you join in with these chats?
Is that a serious question? I just go about my business and pretend not to have heard anything they said.
Wait, but how does that work? Can you teach me? I feel like that'd be a really useful skill.
Is Alhaitham going to teach him?
Hmm?
They're just scoffing at each other.
Hey, stop ignoring me!
Oh, great. Here we go.
That's all there is to it.
Oh, that was a good little interaction between Alhaitham and Kave. That was awesome.
Mr. Osfond,
Kalei!
What's wrong?
we've got an emergency. Mahamatra, Cyno, and former sage Cyrus have gone missing. They could be in danger.
Yeah, have you seen them?
Are you able to spare some people to keep the city secure? And also keep an eye out in case they show up?
My goodness. Understood. I'll get on the case immediately.
If you have any questions, be sure to contact the Academia.
Yeah.
Will do. Don't worry, Miss Colley. We'll do everything in our power to find them.
Got it. Thank you so much.
All right, cool.
Here we are. This is the place.
Look at that little hut. This is where he lives?
We might be too late. Looks like nobody's home.
Knock, knock.
Oh, Sino moves fast. If he was here, he's probably long gone by now.
I know that voice. Is that Tainari I hear?
Hi. What are you doing? Oh, you live across the street.
Ah! Professor Zahahadi!
Hi.
Wow, so it really is you. My goodness, whatever is going on tonight?
Have you seen Cyno and Cyrus?
We're looking for Cyno. So, he's already been here.
Yes, not long ago, in fact. He knocked on my door and asked if I'd seen Cyrus today at all. I told him the old fool left early this morning, and I hadn't heard him come back. So we went to his place, and would you believe it? He's gone.
Poof.
Goodness knows where to. It must have alarmed Cyno, because he took off in an awful hurry after that. He never did explain what this was all about. How serious is it?
Where did they go? How are we going to know? How are we going to find that out?
Well, if Cyrus isn't at home... Oh, it sure doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't.
Professor, did you hear that a student recently tried to extort Cyrus?
Why, yes. When I left the house that day, I noticed he was watering his flowers in the field in complete silence. He had a piece of paper clutched in his hand, and he looked lost in thought. I could tell something was troubling him, but he wouldn't tell me what it was. If Cyno hadn't happened to visit him that day, he'd probably still be holding on to that thing.
Okay.
After seeing the letter, Cyno told him to contact the Core of 30, but Cyrus was very reluctant. He claimed it would only damage his reputation. Eventually, he relented, after much persuasion from Cyno.
What is going on?
Huh? Cyrus didn't want to report it? Well, that's strange. When we saw him, he seemed pretty okay with the idea of the kid getting his just desserts.
Yeah.
As a former sage, it's possible Cyrus still has enemies at the Academia. That's why Cyno was so insistent that he report the matter to the authorities. I was there while they were going back and forth over it.
So Cyrus initially hoped to stop this from going public. But why?
That's what I'm saying. Why? He only reported it because Sino forced him to, which means Cyrus must know something about the Temple of Silence. He does! He didn't say nothing.
Oh, dear. What on earth has that old fool gotten himself wrapped up in? Oh, I do hope he's not in danger.
Everybody's always in danger.
Oh, I almost forgot. Cyno left me this letter to pass on to you. He wrote it when he came by earlier. He realized you might come looking for him.
What did he say? What's he say in the letter? What does he say? What does it say? Yes. My friends, this is a rather complicated state of affair. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose more than that. I ask you to understand and accept that I had to act alone at this stage. Don't come after me. That doesn't sound like something Cyno would say, okay?
My friends, this is a rather complicated state of affair. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose more than that. I ask you to understand and accept that I had to act alone at this stage. Don't come after me.
Yep, that sounds like Cyno. Thank you, Professor. Please do not worry. We will do all we can to protect both Cyno and Cyrus. Traveler, Paimon, let's head to the Academia and regroup.
All right, let's go. Oh, we're back with these two again. Hey guys, what'd you find out?
You're here? I thought you were going after... I guess you lost their trail.
Yeah.
We went to Cyrus's house. No
one
one
was there.
Cyno got there before us, but he was long gone by the time we arrived.
He didn't say where he was going?
No, he left us a letter and told us not to go after him.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Tainari shares what you learned from
Can't
Zahahati.
say I'm surprised.
Typical Cyno.
What do you guys think?
Anyway, some updates on progress on our end. I drew the emblem from memory again, but in more detail this time.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
I checked some ancient texts for a similar design. The one I found was a little blurry, but the similarities in the general form and certain details were clear enough to confirm a match.
Yeah, and we're lucky we found anything at all. It turns out the emblem was all but lost to history. We scoured the entire Academia collection, and that book was the only one with a record of the motif.
Meanwhile, Arav managed to get Uraka to disclose his source. The one who told him about Cyrus's embezzled funds was a young man from the desert. According to Uraka, he had a striking presence and was well educated.
Okay.
Apparently, the two met in the tavern over a game of cards. The guy claimed to be in the city for business as part of a merchant caravan.
And let me guess, you guys are talking about Sethos, right?
Uraka was intrigued when he heard what his new acquaintance had to say, and brought up the idea of extorting Cyrus for Mora. The guy encouraged him to go ahead with it, then handed him some pen and paper to write the letter.
What?
I see.
Gotta be talking about
So
Sethos.
it could be that this person planted the paper intentionally.
So, how do we find this guy?
Yeah.
Did Uraka say where he is?
Let's go.
He doesn't know. He claims not to have seen him since that day in the tavern. The man gave him some tips on how to carry out the extortion, but from then on, Uraka was acting alone.
That's interesting.
Nephis and Arav have gone to meet the Core of 30 and review the city's entry and exit records. Also, Nephis admitted that the Temple of Silence in the Academia is just a facade. The true Temple of Silence once came to the rainforest to establish a collaboration with the Academia, but as time went by, the sages gradually became corrupt and foolish. The Temple of Silence felt that they could no longer trust the academia and ended the partnership. They retreated back to the desert about 400 years ago.
Okay.
Ever since its inception, the Temple of Silence has been the guardians of King Deshret's civilization and belief system. They traveled throughout Sumeru, sequestering and guarding any wisdom that posed a threat to the people's livelihoods. At its roots, it was a legitimate and reputable organization whose purpose was to guide people towards the right path.
The academia of the day knew that the split would damage their reputation if it became a matter of public knowledge. And so, they set up a dummy organization of their own to conceal the truth.
Not only that, but they managed to keep up the charade for hundreds of years.
Yeah. Interesting. That's interesting.
So how
Okay.
did Cyrus become acquainted with the true Temple of Silence if they left centuries ago?
I'll bet that's the question that bothered Cyno. Probably why he went after him in such a rush.
Whoever is behind this, getting Uraka to extort Cyrus was only the first step of the plan. Their true goal in doing so was for Cyrus to see the emblem on the letter.
And they never said a word. They didn't say anything. He never said nothing. Neither did Cyno. Cyno or Cyrus didn't say, oh, we know what this is. And they didn't.
He must have recognized it right away. That'll be why he didn't want to involve the authorities. He probably hoped to take care of the whole thing by himself. Unfortunately for him, Cyno had other plans.
Since the desert is where the Temple of Silence originated, that is in all likelihood where Cyrus went.
So I guess that's where we're going to go.
I have to go after him.
Yeah, we're going to go.
Really? Are you sure that's a good idea with how you respond to the heat? Why don't we send someone else?
Tainari will be fine.
I should be fine, as long as I bring plenty of water. Besides,
We got
I just
Nuvalet
can't
on the
shake this
team.
ominous feeling that if we don't catch up to them soon...
Yeah, something bad's going to happen.
Everyone, I have news from the Corps of 30.
What's up? What'd you find out?
Master,
Oh, so that's Nafis, Tainari's master? Oh, we're finally getting to meet him in person.
What's going on, Nafis?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Traveler
Ooh,
of Paimon.
look at those glasses.
Several independent eyewitnesses have reported seeing Cyrus and Mahamatra Cyno leaving the city at different times. Both were heading in the direction of Caravan Ribat.
Okay. Can you even see through those things?
I was going to suggest that you join forces with the Corps of 30 in this case. However, as I'm sure you've already heard from Al-Haytham and Kaveh, the Temple of Silence is involved. The Academia has made a number of decisions throughout history that I am ashamed to talk about. It may well be that no better choice was available to them, but those actions are nonetheless a stain on our legacy. I won't attempt to make you understand the Academia's perspective. Now is the time for action.
Well, then let's go. What are we waiting on?
I understand where you're coming from, Master. But I'm afraid the situation might be more complicated than we thought. I think we need to keep a low profile, or risk making things worse.
Good point. If Cyrus is involved with the other side, or worse, if he's fallen into their hands, and...
I think he's involved with the other side. I think, or something's up.
Everyone, we have to get Cyrus and Cyno back safely. We cannot afford to lose them.
Okay.
Need our help? Whatever you need, we got you covered.
Yeah.
Really? Wonderful. You have my most sincere gratitude.
You're welcome. With those glasses. Jeez.
Arav and I will continue to follow up on the lead from Uraka. Kaveh, Scribe Al-Haytham, I'd like to ask you to cover the duties of the House of Dana.
You got this, guys.
Tainari, you are planning to go into the desert, correct?
I am. Kaveh, I'll be okay. You stay behind to help Master and Al-Haytham.
Well, if you're sure... Okay. But be careful.
He'll be fine. Like I said, we got Nuvalet on the team. He'll have endless water.
Thank you all. Arav, let's go.
See you guys. Thank you, Nafis. It was great to meet you.
You'd better get moving. Don't forget to ask for help when you need it.
Sure.
Will do. Let's go, Tainari.
Let's go.
Hopefully we can catch up with Cyno before it's too late.
All right, let's go catch Sino.
Knowing him, he's probably covered a fair distance already. But we still have a shot. Let's take it.
Let's go. And we're on the way. All right, here we are.
We made it to Caravan Ribat.
Yes.
Where should we go next?
I don't know. I always feel like we're on like a wild goose chase. Every time we're doing one of these story quests or something, it always feels like a wild goose chase. Like we're just hunting something down.
Maybe we should ask the nearby guards if they've seen anything.
Hold on. Look over there.
Is that
Dia? I see Cyno and Candace.
You sure you want to brave the desert alone? I mean, it's your choice at the end of the day, but still.
Oh, how you doing there, hottie?
It's not my first time. I'll be fine.
And Candace is here too?
Cyno.
It's like a
really going to go through
reunion.
This, then at least take our advice. When you're packing for your trip, budget for 5 days more than you plan to spend out there.
Makes sense. Okay, I'll go get ready.
Cyno, wait!
Thought we might find you here. You're trying to retrace Cyrus's steps, aren't you?
Didn't I tell you not to come after me?
Do we ever listen?
I thought I had a good lead on you.
Well, sorry, but we never agreed to that.
Yeah.
Why don't you go off on your own like this?
We don't listen.
Nothing personal. It's just a complex situation. And I'd rather not involve anyone else if I can help it.
Takes a special kind of person to get Sino chasing them all the way out to Caravan Ribat.
Uh-huh.
But why so coy today, huh? You only gave us his age and description. Why can't you reveal his name? Is he Sumeru's most wanted or something? Oh, also, hey guys, it's been a while.
Hi, Dia. Hi, Candace. How have you two been? You guys want to go get a beer real quick? Cyno can go do whatever he wants to. We can just hang out here and have a beer with him. I'd be alright with that.
Dia and Candace! So nice to see you. Actually, seeing all of our friends is the whole reason we're here.
Yeah.
You're looking well. Glad to see it.
Thank you. You too.
Candace and I came to Caravan Ribat on business. We ran into Cyno as he was asking about some elderly gentleman's whereabouts. Some people say they saw him. Guess he stood out as an older guy heading into the desert alone with just a sumpter beast in tow and very few supplies. That's gotta be one heck of a story there.
Yeah, we're gonna go and find out.
Cyno, it's okay if you can't tell us anything about the case, but let us know how we can support you.
Hi. I love Candace.
We're here to help however you need. The more people we have working on this, the quicker we'll be able to find the person you seek.
No, it's not that simple. If I'm right, he'll be doing everything he can to avoid us.
We spoke with Zaha Hadid. From what she said, it's pretty clear that he wants to try and solve this on his own. It won't be easy trying to find him in the desert when he's deliberately trying to cover his tracks.
Sounds like this is far more complex than we imagined.
Yeah, and it's about to unravel.
Still, if he started from Caravan Ribat, the chances are that his route took him past Aru village. You may as well ask if anyone there has seen him.
Back to Aru village. Haven't been there in a while.
Thanks to you both. Once this is resolved, I will find a way to repay you.
I'm having like Sumeru Archon Quest flashbacks right now, being in Caravan Ribat and the whole Catherine situation with Nahida and all that stuff. Oh my god.
Come on. No need to get all serious. Just buy a round of drinks next time we're all in the city or something.
Yeah, no problem.
That's a deal.
All right. So, you all set?
Yes, we'll handle it from here. Thank you again for your help. I don't take it for granted.
All right, then we'll leave you to it.
Let's go.
Just remember, if you change your mind and need some reinforcements, we'll be here.
Let's go.
And don't think you'd be imposing. You can depend on us.
I say they should just come along. We'll just make it a group, like a party. Let's just all go. Why? Why not?
Don't worry, we'll keep him out of trouble.
Yeah, we'll try.
Hold
all right,
on.
here we are.
There's a few things I'd like to clear up.
Okay, clear it up for us there, Tainari.
Go on.
So, after you left the campsite, we had a longer talk.
Yes, we did. Talked about a lot of stuff. What do you got to say about it, Cyno?
Clearly, we've only scratched the surface of the Temple of Silence question. It doesn't surprise me at all that the one in the academia is a fake.
Do you have any connection with the Temple of Silence?
It says on his character thing that he's on his profile that's his attribution is the Temple of Silence.
I do. I trust you're all aware of the spirit that gives me my power?
Yes.
Hermanubis, the original founder of the Temple of Silence. Due to my unique constitution, I was put through a number of trials in the desert when I was younger. Later, I met the professor, and he brought me to Sumeru City.
Okay.
But my memory of that time is hazy. I can't recall much. It's a good thing that Kaveh noticed the emblem on the letter. Without that, I don't know if we would have connected the dots and realized there was more to this case than mere extortion.
Yeah.
I did not recognize that symbol at all.
What?
Whether that's because I've never seen it, or because my memory fails me, it's hard to say.
How did you not recognize it? If you're part of this, if Hermanubis gave you your powers, and that is like the symbol for the Temple of Silence, how did he not recognize it? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you're right. Thank goodness for
Did he
Kaveh,
lose his memory?
and for Alhaitham's diligence during his time as acting Grand Sage.
But Cyrus must have recognized it right away, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't have had any qualms about you reporting it. Oh, maybe his connection to the Temple of Silence goes even deeper than yours.
No, I know he just explained it, but it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I suspect so too. Professor has never once mentioned the Temple of Silence in conversation. And whenever the conversation turns to Hermanubis and the concept of spirit indwelling, he avoids going into any depth.
Why is that?
Well, speaking of avoiding things, you do realize, don't you, now that we've caught up with you, you're stuck with us for the rest of the way.
Yep.
I am aware. And I have accepted it.
Yep.
Or rather, I don't see how I could manage to ditch you en route, so I might as well accept that you're coming with me.
We're tagging along.
That's right. Fact is, we're coming with you whether you like it or not. So the best option now is to try to look out for each other. Ha!
Yep, can't get rid of us.
Fair enough. Then at least let me buy you a drink once we're back in the city.
I like that idea.
Works for me. All right, off we go. Let's start by seeing what the guards here can tell us.
Gonna go talk to the guards? Hey, have you seen this old guy passing through?
Hello.
Mahamatra Cyno?
I'm looking for someone. So I'd like to confirm any recent foot traffic in and out of Aru village.
Seen the guy? Sino describes Cyrus's appearance and provisions.
A man matching that description passed by Aru village not too long ago. He stopped by to load up on food and water and feed his sumpter beast. Then he was on his way.
Which way did he go?
Where was he going?
Let me think. He took a seat by the entrance of the village for a while and had a brief chat with the person who came to deliver the water. He said he was headed somewhere near an oasis, but he didn't mention which one.
Well, that doesn't help.
Do you have a map? I can mark out the direction he was heading and the best routes to any nearby oases.
I like that idea.
I have one. Mark away.
Great.
Show us where he went. Thanks, man. You were helpful. A little kid running in the background.
There you go.
Thank you so much. You were a great help.
Yeah, he was.
You've got a really good memory.
Yeah.
You're quite welcome. Just doing my job.
He deserves a raise.
Best of luck. I hope you find him soon.
And we're off.
Hold on. I see some people over there.
All right, who's over here? What are you guys doing here?
Do you think it's safe to ask them what they know?
If it's not, we can just beat it out of them. How about that?
Should be. I'll go.
Did Tainari just shush Cyno?
No. I'll do it.
Huh? Why can't Cyno go talk to them? What difference does it make?
I don't know.
Given my background, appearance, and the way I dress,
no, that's true.
I might not be the most welcome visitor here. Just in case, it's probably better to let a more neutral party handle things.
That's true. You look angry.
Ah.
So do
hello
you.
There. I hope I'm not interrupting. My friend and I are looking for an elderly man who's gone missing around these parts. Any chance I could ask you a couple of questions?
Oh, a missing person, huh? Sure. What do you want to know?
There he is, the newest Genshin Impact character, Sethos. There he is. What is your deal? I want to learn more about him.
I'm just wondering if you've seen him. Let me give you the details.
So, a silver-haired guy in a long robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes, and he's traveling alone.
Yes, have you seen him?
He'd stand out like a sore thumb around here.
Yeah, sounds like the kind of guy we'd remember if we saw him.
I feel like he's lying.
He's looking behind me.
He sees us. Oh, he sees Cyno.
Uh-oh. That guy's looking our way.
Your friend over there stands out a lot, too.
He's got some... How did you do this to your hair, bro?
Hey, aren't you Sino, the General Mahamatra?
Yes, that's me.
And you are?
You don't seem surprised that I recognized you.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, you're the one looking for the old man who's gone missing, aren't you?
I have a bad feeling about this guy.
Same, Tainari. Same. I have a bad feeling as well. Cyno's grunting. It's always bad when he grunts.
Edge. You don't trust me much, do you?
No.
No need to hide it. I understand why you're wary of us. Still, you came to us asking for help. Do you want it or not?
I thought you were a group of merchants. Seems I was mistaken.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Don't look like much, but something tells me they put up a better fight than most mercenaries.
Hey, hear that, guys? You're my henchman now.
Suits me, as long as I get paid for it.
Just cut to the chase already. I'm running out of patience.
Oh, you want to fight? Bring it on.
All right. Come with me. All of you.
Why? Why? Stranger danger. Stranger danger. You would be like the guy that has the white van with the candy in the back, right? And be like, hey, I have candy back here. Why don't you just come over here? That's you. Where are you taking us?
Don't you want to find your friend? A silver-haired, long-robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes?
How are you going to help us?
Sounds like there's a whole other side to Cyrus I didn't know about.
Oh, so you know who Cyrus is.
So you know where he is.
Yeah.
Just follow me. I'll take you to him.
Let's go.
And here.
Why would I go in there with you?
What? Where are you looking? There's nothing here.
Yeah, I don't see nothing. Where are we going?
Please step back.
Was he gonna do some magic?
Whoa, something's coming out of the ground.
How'd you do that?
What is this enormous building doing here?
It just appeared out of thin air.
And how was it so well hidden? King Deshret's technology?
I don't know.
Wait, so hold on. Who are you guys really?
Yeah. Yell more, Paimon. Yes.
Is this the Temple of Silence? So you're a member?
All good questions. There'll be plenty of time to address them later.
He's kind of snooty. A little bit. All right, what's going on in here? Where are you taking us, bro?
This is not what Paimon was expecting to find in the desert, especially not hidden right next to an oasis.
What is this place? Oh, this kind of looks like the that one place that's out in the desert. That one temple that's got like the upside down temple and all the stuff is flying out of it and things. But it's in here. Like the King Deshret stuff.
Oh, Paimon's scared.
Me too, Paimon, me too. Terrified.
They must have kidnapped Cyrus. Do you think this is the guy Raka met in the tavern?
Had to have
What's
been.
wrong? Thinking about your professor?
I just hope for your sake you haven't done anything you might regret.
What if Cyrus is like the new head of the Temple of Silence or whatever.
Me too. Hope I haven't done anything to incur your wrath.
Bro, this place is massive.
All right, you can wait here for now.
Okay.
I'll inform our leader that you've arrived at the Temple of Silence. Sit tight until he comes to greet you.
He has to be talking about Cyrus, right? Cyrus has to be the leader of the Temple of Silence.
So he's just gonna leave us here unattended? Maybe we're not being kidnapped after all.
We might still be being, we might be.
They can't have been at the Oasis by chance. They were waiting for us. Whoever the leader is here, they were obviously counting on us showing up.
It's Cyrus. Cyrus is the leader.
This is the
Has
Temple
to
of
be.
Silence. After leaving the rainforest, they hid themselves here?
I guess so.
Hey, look! That guy's coming back.
He still hasn't said his name.
Don't worry. Someone will come and call for you soon.
What's your name?
Yes, please, at least tell us what to call you.
Sorry, guess I was so delighted to see you, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Sethos.
Sethos.
I'll be here if you need me, but I'm not planning on answering all of your questions. Other than that, you can occupy yourselves however you see fit.
So we're free to explore by ourselves?
Yep. I mean, I'm not worried about you running off. Cyrus is here. And unless I've misunderstood, you're all quite anxious to see him again.
Yeah, I gotta find out.
He's right. Well, if we've got some time, we might as well take a look around.
All right, let's have a look around, I guess.
I never imagined that the true Temple of Silence would be hidden somewhere like this. We've passed through these parts before, but never noticed anything.
That's King Deshret's technology for you, I guess. It borders on the miraculous. Amazing to think that it's been preserved intact all this time.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
We should be wary of our hosts. Still, at this point, we can be confident that the professor is safe and sound, so that's something.
Okay.
Hey, Sethos! Have you got some time to chat?
Sure.
But didn't he say he wasn't gonna answer our questions?
Although, I'm assuming
not all
by
of them?
chat, you mean you have questions for me? I don't blame you. Anyone else would.
Do you get a lot of people asking you questions?
Not often. The Temple of Silence is a place of quiet and solitude. We don't get too many visitors.
Lore, you were the one who tricked Raka, right?
Yes, that was me.
Okay, we're finding things out.
Tricked is a stretch. He was asking everyone in the tavern about ways to make some easy money. He insisted that nothing was off the table, even if it broke the law. So, I told him that Cyrus had embezzled a large sum of mora from the desert.
So you framed Cyrus for a crime that he did not commit?
No. That's not entirely true. Let me jog your memory. The letter just said that he had uncovered Cyrus's secret. It didn't say what secret that was.
I got you. Did you tell him to use that kind of wording?
Of course. Raka was a great accomplice, really. Very cooperative with a little bit of wine in him. Did exactly what he was told. And not much of an original thinker, though. It doesn't surprise me that he struggles academically.
So he was set up.
Why did Cyrus leave for the desert as soon as he received the letter?
You'll have to ask him that one yourself. Certain things I can't answer for him. I'm neither judging nor defending him. All you need to know is that he recognized our emblem, and it was his own choice to take the bait.
Okay, interesting. Do you know Sino?
What kind of question is that? He's the General Mahamatra. Everyone in Sumeru knows who he is.
Well, we've been in Sumeru for a long time, and this is our first time seeing you, so...
Right, but back at the Oasis, you can't have known who he was for sure, or you wouldn't have asked him. So, what we're really asking is, have you never seen him in person before?
I've lived in the desert my whole life. Guess you could say I've never had the pleasure.
Where have you been?
Ugh, why does Paimon feel like this
That's
guy's
what I
not being
want
straight
to know.
with us?
Oh, he's not. He's not.
Come on. We've only just met. If I give you all the answers up front, you'll have nothing left to look forward to.
Have you ever been to the academia?
Nope. Not once.
Really?
I have no need to go there. Not when the taverns are full of the Urakas of this world. Besides, we're well aware of what goes on at that place.
Are you saying you have spies inside the city?
Spies? It's not as clandestine as that. The city gates are wide open. Anyone's free to walk in. You can find out all you need to know just by walking around town and hearing the word on the street.
All right, that's everything I wanted to ask, I guess. Even though I have more questions, like where are you from? Like, have you been here the whole time? Why haven't we met you until now? Gaming, if Gaming was a bit more morally gray. Oh.
Here he is.
Who? That looks like... What? He said that looks like a woman, not a man. He said there he is. Here he is. I feel like we're in like Dracula's house or something. Ooh. It's like Anubis.
Grandfather, the person you wish to see is here.
Grandfather? What? No, don't tell me Cyrus is his grandfather.
Well done, Sethos.
Bamoon. Bamoon? You're new? Who are you? Wait.
Greetings, one and all. I am Bamoon, the current leader of the Temple of Silence. I know why you are here, and I thank you for your patience. Bring him out.
Bamoon? Where have you been? Cyrus, right?
Professor!
Cyrus, what is going on, dude? Like, what is happening? Why are you here?
Cyrus, are you okay?
Like, what is happening?
Watch what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies. We have no intention of causing you distress. But you must understand, Cyrus is of great importance to us. We had to find a way to bring him back.
Why? Why?
Cyrus owes me his life. And to the Temple of Silence, he owes a debt of gratitude. I let him go a long time ago, but now the time has come to demand payment.
Wait, time out. You can't just brush past that like it's nothing. Why does he owe you his life? Why did you let him go? Why does he owe you a debt of gratitude? What did you give him? I need to know. I need the info.
I wanted to end my feud with this old bag of bones before you caught up with me. But you got here so quickly. Just leave, Cyno. This is a matter between us two old men. You're all too young to get involved.
I don't get it.
So that's why you didn't want to report the letter. You'd made up your mind to come here from the beginning. You only left in such a hurry to try and throw us off your trail.
Some things in life catch up with you. No matter what you do, you shouldn't have come. Let alone brought the others.
Sino didn't make us do anything. We came here for the same reason he did. To rescue you.
That's right.
We'd appreciate you telling us the truth. Otherwise, it seems a little unfair on everyone who had to stay behind.
My secrets are secret for good reason. Bringing them to light can only lead to misfortune.
You're afraid, aren't you? You can't bring yourself to speak of your past deeds to the students you nurtured as if they were your own children. You recognized our emblem because for many years you lived among us. Indeed, you all but became one of us.
Okay.
You knew as soon as you saw the letter that we, not Uraka, were the ones speaking to you. It threatened you only because you know what you did. Your own guilt convicted you.
What did he do? What did he do?
For you, Cyrus, are a traitor. You once shared your learning with us, and joined us in our mission to revive the might of Hermanubis, to
I
bring
get
new
it.
hope, new opportunity. But then you betrayed us. You bargained for your independence with your past contributions. And then you left, taking with you Hermanubis' might and the wielder of his power. We both know what I said to you that day.
Is that right?
That as the leader, I grant you permission to leave, but that one day, the sands of time will catch up with you. And when that day comes, you must pay the price you owe.
Ooh.
You really know how to hold a grudge.
Or did he just, was Cyno part of the Temple of Silence and he took Cyno with him?
Hermanubis' might? And the wielder of his power?
You're talking about Cyno.
Does he mean you?
Professor, anything to say?
But how does Cyno not remember?
The moon is right. I came here once before.
But my question is, how does Cyno not remember if he was part of this organization? And look at all the people standing back here. There's more people involved in this than
He rescued me from the brink of death once, many years ago in the desert. When he learned that I was a scholar, he invited me to come here and revive the might of Hermanubis together.
Okay.
It was a great, daring plan, and one shrouded in secrecy. The Temple of Silence had been bereft of Hermanubis for too long. The strength of its faith and its warriors were waning. Bamoon proposed that we implant bar fragments, shards of Hermanubis, into the bodies of suitable vessels. If the experiment was successful, the spirit of Hermanubis would then dwell within the vessel. Many believers volunteered themselves for the experiment. But we soon discovered that the bodies of grown adults could not withstand Hermanubis' power. In the end, Bamoon offered his own adoptive grandson.
Sethos. What about Cyno?
One other child was identified as a suitable vessel, and his parents agreed to release him into our custody in exchange for a small fortune.
What?
These two children were our only hope for hosting Hermanubis' power.
So you're talking about Cyno and Sethos. So Cyno was a kid whose parents were part of... So Cyno's parents was part of the Temple of Silence, this like group or whatever, and basically sold Cyno to them. What?
For many years, the Temple of Silence had been in possession of 2 Ba fragments from Hermanubis. As remnants of his raw power, they were exceedingly rare treasures.
And so when Cyrus asked for his freedom, he took Cyno with him. So they injected Cyno with this fragment. Cyrus said, I went out, and when he left, I'm guessing he took Cyno with him?
The test subjects were sent into a room that had been prepared for the ceremony and instructed to approach the Ba fragments, whose power had been amplified. If, after some time, this power did not repel them, this would mean that they were suitable vessels. The original plan was for a 3-stage experiment: resonance, implantation, and recovery and observation. The resonance stage went quite smoothly for both candidates. As the 2nd stage began, I realized a decision had to be made. Should we implant the fragments one at a time? This would allow us to monitor the results after the first round and adjust our plan accordingly. Or alternatively, we could implant each fragment in a different vessel at the same time and compare their effects.
Dude, this is crazy!
But as I was deliberating, both Ba fragments suddenly became active. They glowed with a light we had never seen before. I knew that if they were not implanted right away, they would disintegrate and be gone from the world for good.
So did you do one each, or did you give them both to one?
Our two vessels had both displayed great promise by successfully resonating with the fragments. Under the circumstances, the thought of implanting both fragments into the same vessel seemed out of the question.
Okay.
To preserve our faith and our power, we implanted each of them with a single fragment.
So Sethos has the same power that Cyno has.
Ultimately, I ended the experiment and left, taking one of the children with me.
And he took Cyno. I get it now. I get it. But how come Cyno doesn't remember anything?
In recognition of your past contributions, I chose not to send someone to hunt down and kill you both. Your lives were spared, but I have paid a great price for your betrayal ever since.
How so?
I have always wanted to see you, Cyno. Losing you and your Ba fragment dealt us a devastating blow. We've been in decline ever since you left.
I see. So that's how I gained my power.
Yeah, you were injected with a fragment from like a Ba fragment. That's crazy. Crazy. Were they like infants? Had to have been. If you can't remember anything.
Look, in essence, I borrowed your Ba fragment for a decade or so. And now you are seeking justice. If you want to take my life, then so be it. I'm an old man now anyway.
Okay, so a decade, 10 years, and Cyno is what? Probably, what did we decide how old Cyno is? Like 16 to 18, right? So he had to have been old enough to remember something. If he left at 6 years old, Cyno would have to have remembered something, right? If we're saying like his age is 16 to 18, and he's been gone for 10 years, Cyrus said a decade or so, he'd be like 5, 6, 7 years old when he left. I used to remember things when I was like 5 years old.
But you cannot lift a finger against Cyno. He is the General Mahamatra. Your actions would be seen as a declaration of war against the Academia.
I'm sure you don't remember anymore, dear Cyno, but you've met us all before. You were so young then, when we all gathered around and celebrated the revival of our Lord.
How young?
You and he, Sethos. You were our final hope.
Well, you still have Sethos.
You'd like me to return my power?
As a follower of Hermanubis, I have allowed this power to remain in the rainforest for far too long. Now, it is time to reclaim it.
What are you gonna do?
That power is not yours to reclaim. Cyno was chosen by the gods. You cannot take what they have bestowed.
So they want Cyno's power and what, give it to Sethos?
You are wrong. Cyno was chosen, but he was not the only one. My child, Sethos, has the same gift as he.
So those are your terms for freeing the professor?
Despise me all you want. My sins are my own. The Temple of Silence is an innocent party. It is because of my foolishness all those years ago that the Temple's glory has waned. And now I must take responsibility for the decision I made back then.
So what you're saying is, the power of one Ba fragment is not enough? You're asking me to return the one in my possession, so it can be implanted in him instead?
Well, how are you gonna do that? Where's the one that's in you?
Divine power causes great suffering to those who wield it. How do you know that Sethos would be able to withstand it?
He is no longer a small child. But regardless, this burden is ours to bear, and your objections mean little given that you turned your back on us long ago.
Cyno's getting pissed.
Both my heart and mind are telling me that what you are proposing is a terrible idea. However,
pull out your TCG cards.
Don't listen to him, Cyno. That power is no more yours to give than it is his to take. You have to understand.
I know. But if this is a question of your freedom versus a fragment of power, then There is nothing to debate.
So Cyno's gonna give up his powers?
Sorry to interrupt, but in my view, there are a number of contentions here that still need addressing.
Tighnari just butting right in. Sorry everybody, but there's a lot of things that are going on here that I have questions about. I love how he just like inserts himself in.
Say that Sino refuses to return his power, and you also refuse to release Cyrus. Then we are at an impasse. I find it hard to believe that you went to all this effort without planning for that possibility. You're trying to gauge where we stand while keeping your remaining cards close to your chest. Well, my stance is, put the rest of your cards on the table. Then we can have a discussion.
Wait, those ears. So, we have a descendant of the Valukashuna in our midst. Splendid.
What?
Fate smiles upon us after all.
Wait, what? How do you know that? How does he know that? Did he just now notice the person with the big ears?
Everything we have longed for, Hermanubis will provide. Perhaps this very day we...
Did he just die? Oh, are you poisoned? Are you okay? What is going on?
Why is he coughing so much? He looks like he's in really bad shape.
Just came on all of a sudden. Moon's condition is critical. He must have been forcing himself to act strong. His eyesight must be failing him too, otherwise he would have noticed Tighnari's ears right away. True.
Moon, you...
Take our leader back to his room.
Sethos.
What's happening?
Grandfather, I know what you wish to say. Leave this in my hands. I don't like to drag out conversations, so I'll just cut to the chase.
Good! Somebody needs to.
Had Cyrus not stopped the experiment all those years ago, the plan would most likely have been a success. The wisdom of Hermanubis would have been ours. Still, it's no use talking about what-ifs. We cannot change the past. I'm not like my grandfather. The Temple of Silence has a grand legacy and a sacred duty to fulfill. So it's somewhat inevitable for the leader to have an inflated sense of self. But I see things a little differently. I don't believe the temple has the same stature that it once did. Time has worn away at its prestige and changed things almost beyond recognition. So I'm not going to force your hand. You're all free to leave.
Okay.
Except for Cyrus.
Oh well.
My grandfather gave him his chance once. And now I'm giving the rest of you yours.
You have courage and wise judgment, kid. Reminds me a lot of Bamoon in his younger years. I truly wish that the temple would take an objective look at the academia of today. You've been to the city yourself. I'm sure you've seen that much has changed for the better.
This is so good.
And things will only continue to improve. Why not consider cooperating with the academia once more?
If you hadn't betrayed my grandfather, I might well be open to persuasion. But it's a bit too late for that now, Cyrus.
Tighnari made a good point earlier. He said there has to be more to your plan than this, and I agree. All you and Bamoon are after is the Ba fragment. The professor will accept whatever fate you deem fit for him out of a sense of guilt.
Right.
I am the one who has a choice to make. And that's how it was always going to be.
And what are you going to do, Cyno? And I have a feeling Cyno is going to be like, I'm not leaving, Cyrus. It's time to duel.
Ultimately, you want to trade the Ba fragment for the professor, correct?
I'm glad to see you're giving it some serious consideration.
I won't forsake my professor, nor do I intend to run from a problem that I must face sooner or later. Give me one night to make my decision.
One night?
That works. Then I'll be waiting to hear your verdict.
So what are we gonna do? We're gonna sleep here?
Oh, my grandfather still has a fair few things he wants to say to Cyrus, so I'll be escorting him back now.
Okay. So we have the night to sleep on it.
Are you sure about negotiating with him?
What?
I need to think this through. Everyone, let's meet again later tonight.
Okay.
Until then, take some time for yourself.
Will do.
All right. Well, don't put too much pressure on yourself, Cyno. If you need any help working things out, just come and find us.
And I don't think Cyno's gonna give up his powers. No way, no shot, no how. The group gathers again at the agreed
I've taken
time.
some time to reflect on this.
Okay, here we go.
If I had to guess, Professor Cyrus came to the desert knowing that he would almost certainly never return.
Okay.
He's a stubborn man who tends to double down when he feels strongly about something. We won't get anywhere trying to convince him to escape.
I agree. My master Nephis says the same thing. Once Cyrus makes up his mind about something, he won't listen to reason.
So that's one thing. A few other things come to mind too. You've heard all you need to hear about the Temple of Silence. So on that, I don't have anything to add.
All right.
My own memories of this place are hazy though. Probably something to do with the overpowering presence of the Ba fragments.
Oh, maybe that's why he doesn't remember.
That might explain why I suffered from constant headaches and fevers as a child.
Maybe that's why he doesn't remember anything, because the fragments are like messing with his memory.
I do remember having some fleeting moments of profound emotion when vague images would appear in my mind. But I don't recall much, only bits and pieces.
Okay.
I was still young then, and all I could understand was that there was a strong will inside my mind. Thinking back on it now, I suppose it was Herm Anubis' way of trying to encourage me, even if we couldn't communicate. The power that came to inhabit my spirit was probably one of the cornerstones of their whole faith. So if the will and might of Herm Anubis is a real, intangible thing, and they are its rightful worshippers, then...
You're not gonna give in to their demands, are you?
No way.
Surely there has to be another way.
No way. Don't make any rash decisions, Cyno. There must be another way.
No. I have no intention of returning it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
I need this power to protect Sumeru. But the temple has the right to make the final decision over its fate, since it belongs to one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret.
Well, they're gonna want it back anyway. Either way, they want it back. So if you're gonna say no, they're gonna try and take it from him.
So I will challenge them head on.
Ooh, let's go.
Win the right to wield this power for myself, fair and square.
Let's go, Cyno. Let's go. Bring out the gun show. Let's go.
This reminds me of something Alhaitham mentioned to me just before we left. He said that the Temple of Silence was originally founded by the ruling elite of the day. Traditionally, such organizations are bound by a strict and ancient code of nobility. Kaveh has made similar observations about the desert tribes from his work trips there. He says many of them have their own internal rules. They talk about the importance of never dishonoring their tribal bonds, or the rules laid down by their ancestors.
Ooh, maybe there's like rules for like duels or something.
I think we could turn that to our advantage. Go back to them with a proposal of our own.
Okay.
Wow, and just like that, we've turned the tables on them.
Looks like we have the same idea. Turn it back on them now while we still can, in terms that they cannot refuse. That's how we win this.
Sounds good to me. Let's go.
Great. And I know just how to start the conversation.
Find
Let's
Sethos?
go find Sethos.
Okay.
We'll tell him that I know a thing or two about medicine and would like to take a look at his grandfather's condition.
All right, let's go.
Sethos, let's talk.
Knock, knock. Come on out, bro.
Have you made up your mind?
Yes.
We'll get to that, but first, I have some degree of medical training, so I was wondering if you might let me take a look at your grandfather?
I have no objections, although we do have our own doctors here.
Well, they suck.
I doubt you'll be able to tell us anything we don't already know.
Tainari's from the academia. Get out of the way.
Only one way to find out.
Move. Tainari is smarter than all your doctors combined.
Follow me. Keep your voices down. We don't want to disturb him.
Okay. Tighnari takes out his medical kit and performs a basic medical exam on Bamoon.
Let's talk outside.
Okay.
Bamoon has fallen into a deep coma, and his prognosis is quite grave. I'm sure that your physicians have come to the same conclusion. He appears to have sustained a serious injury in his youth, which has been exacerbated over the years by the heavy burden of work and now by the effects of old age. Regretfully, I must inform you that, based on what I've seen with patients in a similar condition, he doesn't have long left.
Uh-oh.
A few days at most.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I've known for a long time.
Oh, poor Sethos.
You're his heir, aren't you? You clearly have a lot of respect for the man. But you also see things differently. You have a broader range of concerns and a more pragmatic approach. So tell me how we can end this on your terms. Let's find a way to bring all this to a resolution while Bamoon is still alive to see it. That's what really matters to you. I know it.
Yeah, there's no time to waste here. You know that better than anyone.
Yeah, he's only got a couple days left to live. Let's go.
You know, the two of you are actually in a very similar predicament right now. Both of you have a very different perspective from the men who raised you.
Right. And you didn't create this situation. They did, but somehow you've ended up having to make the tough decisions.
You're right. We both look at this problem very differently than the people we inherited it from. I accept, Cyno. This all began because of Hermanubis. So let's end it with the rite he himself created.
Ooh, what are we gonna do?
Legend has it that when Hermanubis first arrived in Tuletula, he sparred with the city's residents. He and his two companions proved their mettle by fighting over several days, winning the support of many fine people. That group of supporters were some of the first members of the Temple of Silence, and the sparring matches were enshrined as one of our founding rites, the rite of duels. It's where it all began.
It's time to duel.
Sounds very fitting. I'm in.
Let's go.
As a fellow vessel of Hermanubis, your ties to the Temple of Silence run deep. So I will permit you to participate in this rite, along with your chosen companions.
You know what we need? We need like a Rocky montage of Sino training. You know what I mean?
3 against 3. Sounds good.
However, I have some additional terms. As the challengers, you must win all 3 of your fights to win.
No problem.
And Cyno?
You must not know who we are.
Both of us must put our Ba fragment on the line. The winner takes them both.
No problem.
Letting Cyrus leave with one of the Ba fragments was a mistake, made by my grandfather out of pity. It is a long-standing issue that must be addressed for the Temple of Silence to move forward. I can make no concessions on that front.
None needed. We're on the same page. If I win, the Temple of Silence must release Cyrus, and consider this past dispute resolved. If you win, I'll return my power to you.
Let's go.
It's a deal. Then let's meet at the ceremonial hall tomorrow evening.
We gotta wait another day. Gotta wait another day.
Well, after how that went, there's definitely no turning back now.
Nope.
There never was. Turning back hasn't been an option for me since the moment the professor slipped away to return to the desert.
You have to win. You need this power, both as General Mahamatra and for yourself.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, that's right. Besides, it stayed with you ever since you were a small child. Surely that's a sign it thinks of you as its rightful owner.
Both as General Mahamatra and for myself. Yeah, when you put it that way. I've had to overcome a lot to tame this power and claim it for myself. Not everyone could have done that.
Exactly.
True. Let's not get sidetracked. We gotta focus on winning. We'll help you see this through.
The Traveler and I will never lose.
Yeah, that's right. We ain't losing.
And neither shall I. The desert was home to an ancient and great civilization that, for a variety of reasons, fell out with the civilization of the rainforest. It's just as Dia said. Prejudice has pushed people apart. But there must be personal factors at work here too. I can't shake the feeling that Bamoon cares for many more things than he lets on. And I don't think that Sethos is any kind of villain. He's just doing what he thinks is best. Tomorrow,
yes,
everything will be resolved.
Let's do it. Let's get it on.
We gather on this stage
Who are you?
to perform once more the rite of duels, with the greatest of all sages, Lord Hermanubis, as our witness, for his power and authority is present in our midst. This is our most sacred of ceremonies, and no disruption from the audience shall be tolerated. It is incumbent upon all to observe the duel with the utmost respect and reverence throughout the proceedings.
It's time to duel.
Representing the Temple of Silence, the Defenders.
The Defenders. Are you gonna get in on this, old man?
Grandfather, you're here.
A rite of duels after all these years. I am surprised by your decision, Sethos.
I know what I'm doing, Grandfather. Just leave it to me.
Representing the Academia, the Challengers.
Look at us.
Ready. We will
We're the
fight
Musketeers.
To have our voices heard.
Warriors, take your positions and decide on the order of battle. We come not to debate what brings our challengers here, nor what will become of the defeated duelists. Duelists, the might of Hermanubis himself is at stake here. Now, fight. Fight until the rightful victor is proclaimed.
I'll go first.
Huh? Are you sure?
Yeah, it'll be fine. We want to keep our morale up.
I agree. He's very strong.
Yeah.
Sending
We're
him
legendary.
out first will definitely intimidate the opposing side.
Yeah.
Okay.
No
then you're
problem.
second.
Sure.
We have decided.
So have we. Let's begin.
Let's go. Let's get it on.
Duelists of the first bout, please step forward.
There's that sword again. Leave it to me. Bring it on. Is it going to be one-on-one? Do I get to use my team or no? Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Here we go. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Time out. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Forget safety first.
Oh, we...
You better play nice with them or Paimon will make you regret it.
Propagate!
Stop spitting things at me, you bastard.
A swift end to the first bout. I now invite the duelists of the second bout.
I hope it's not my
step
Tainari.
forward.
Because my Tainari is not built at
When you're
all.
both ready, you may begin.
Let's go.
Let's begin.
Let's do it.
Watch out.
Watch out for what? These things? Really? Get out of my game. No problem. Now it's down
Thus
to
ends
Sino.
the second bout. We will now move to the third bout. Duelists, please step forward.
All right, here we go. Cyno versus Sethos. Let's do it. Let's get it on.
I'm ready.
Yeah, we are.
So am I.
Ooh.
This is
the music's
final
picked up.
stage of the rite. I remind you both that the terms you agreed upon in advance are binding. When you're both ready, you may begin.
Let's get it on.
I am Sethos, vessel of Hermanubis, grandson of Bamoon, the leader of the Temple of Silence. For many years, we have kept our covenant with Lord Hermanubis by guarding the secrets of King Deshret. And even in our darkest hour, when we could not see a way forward, we chose not to abandon hope, but to embark on a brave new experiment so that we might prevail. We earnestly sought Lord Hermanubis' wisdom and power, longing to see his spirit and his light descend upon us. Now, I will fight to become the rightful wielder of that power.
Let's go. Nice speech, though.
I am Cyno, General
Ooh.
Mahamatra of the Academia, student and successor of Cyrus, the Sage of Spontamod. I fight in defense of my power, my professor, and my nation. And you. I think you left some things unsaid. This is a sacred duel, and Herman Nubis is watching. So bare your soul.
Everyone, old and young, fit and frail, they're all waiting to see how this duel will end. My grandfather is a wise leader. He is also known to be a ruler who is not afraid to get blood on his hands. I understand his beliefs well, and I know what he expects of me. But our faith has held us back for too long. After I grew up, I went to the rainforest once, and I saw for myself the people of the city.
Are we just gonna have a debate?
Times have changed. The people of Sumeru are happier and more free now than in the past. I thought about this as I stood at one of the tallest points in the city, gazing down at the streets below. Then I thought of you, Cyno. You and I both wield the same power, but the lives we lead cannot be more different. Each Ba fragment of Hermanubis stands for something different. Might, glory, and one of many other secrets that have yet to be revealed. I once thought that the nature of our fragments must be what makes us so different from one another. But maybe it's that you've found your answer, and I am still searching for mine.
I am more than just a warrior. I am my own person.
Who tells the best dad jokes?
Exactly.
The name Hermanubis has left its mark on both of us, shaped the course of our lives. We are his vessels, and yet we are more besides. So show me your answer, Cyno. Show me I can be more than my faith, more than the power I wield. Show me the person I can become.
Let's do it. Let's go. Sino versus Sethos.
Bring it on!
Oh, I like it. Let's go. Yes. We're choosing violence. Oh, cutscene. Ooh. Oh man, they're fast.
That's all you've got. What happened is searching for your answer.
Oh, they're like evenly matched. Break time? Oh no, no, now we're really getting into it.
Fight's over. Do you yield?
What's it gonna do?
You won.
Well then, looks like you found your answer.
I I give his glory to you.
I've seen that light. That is the light of our Lord, the great Hermanubis, priest over all other priests. His spirit dwells within that lightning, and his will lives on. Once a warrior of Tynar, he emerged from the barren desert sands to serve the god king Al-Ahmar.
Yeah, we know that name.
After the death of the god king, Hermanubis gathered his followers and the Tynarian priests and led them to the city of Tula. There, they founded the Temple of Silence, and from that day forth, we became stewards of all knowledge that survived from King Deshret's civilization. Barely a century passed before war ravaged the desert. One by one, Eremite leaders took up arms against each other in battles that would devour what little remained of their civilization. Only the wise city of Tula was spared under the guiding hand of the Tynarians. But peace did not last. Coveting the knowledge of King Deshret, the beasts set their eyes on Tula. The king of Gurabad laid siege to the city and ordered the sages to surrender to him the Temple of Silence as proof of his victory. The ruling elite colluded with their oppressors, betraying the temple so as to hold on to their rule over the city. They declared that the knowledge guarded by the temple was the true cause of corruption. These were dark days, and we faced enemies on all sides. Our Lord had long since exhausted his strength, keeping the forbidden knowledge introduced by King Deshret at bay. To ensure the temple's continued survival, he broke his being into many pieces and began the ceremony of Hermanubis' legacy, bestowing his power upon his mortal followers. With this power, the temple was able to defeat the tyrant's army. Yet, we were not hailed as heroes. Strange and unfamiliar as this power was, it struck fear into the people's hearts and drove them to reject us. In the end, the people of the temple and the Tula Tynarians left the city for good and made their way to the rainforest.
So that's how Tynari ended.
What followed next was inevitable. The elite of Tula fell and were decimated. War engulfed the desert. And we wandered from place to place, always in hiding, all the while keeping close watch over our secrets and staying true to our mission.
Hang on, Raiders, hang tight.
Forced us out of the desert and into the forest. Then mistrust drove us from the forest into the desert once more. We have lived in exile for far, far too long. Yet, today, the Temple of Silence has borne witness to the glory of Hermanubis once more. Thank you.
Bro, that cutscene is craziness. There's so much. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that again just to maybe be sure of what I saw, especially there at the end about what happened between the Tynarians and all those guys.
Do you feel okay?
Dude, that whole cutscene was crazy. But bro, that cutscene, the whole sequence was just 10 out of 10 cutscene. That was a long cutscene, but man, the whole fight between Sethos and Cyno, I was expecting us to actually be fighting him, but that whole thing, man, they were pretty evenly matched and Cyno ended up winning. So now it makes me kind of wonder if Sethos doesn't have his power, how is he going to use, like, I guess he's a polearm character. It looked like he was a polearm character. Anyways, that was a lot to take in. I'm going to have to go back and watch it again. Are you guys okay? Everybody fine? Sethos? What do you think about all this? I mean, he was using a polearm in the fight, so maybe he's not a polearm. I don't know. Did he die? He's dead? What? Did he die like in the middle of the fight? What?
Grandfather.
Oh, he did. Oh, he saw the fight and then died, passed out dead. Just salutes in chat for grandfather there. You and Sethos and the other members of the temple bid farewell to Bamoon. In the Great Hall, people gather around to cover the paper specs. Stop doing that so damn fast, Genshin. I hate that you do that.
Hey, Sethos. You'll get through this.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I know. I'll miss him.
I'm sorry for your loss, dude.
I guess you were.
But now you're the leader.
It's been a long time coming, huh?
But would there be a Temple of Silence if Cyno has both fragments of Hermanubis or whatever? Like, would they even have to? Would they even exist anymore?
Yeah, he's been on death's door for a very long time now. I think it was only through sheer willpower that he managed to hold on to this point.
Do you know what I mean?
At least he was able to see this chapter come to a close before he passed.
What's next for you?
Per my grandfather's last wishes, the Temple of Silence should submit to whoever possesses the largest number of Hermanubis fragments.
That would be Cyno.
That entitles you to be our new leader, Cyno.
But he's got too much going on. He's the Grand Mahamatra, right? I don't think he wants to be the leader of the Temple of Silence.
But that's never going to work, as I'm sure you realize. I'm the General Mahamatra. I am needed back at the Academia. I did foresee this possibility, and I gave it some thought. The fact is, I know next to nothing about the staff, records, and environment here. As such, I am ill-suited to be your leader, Sethos. I believe the honor should go to you.
Yeah, why wouldn't it?
Were it not for this duel, or indeed if you had other intentions, the Ba fragments would most likely be in your hands by now. I'm sure Bamoon never meant for anyone but you to be his successor.
You really think so?
I do.
Still, I didn't think Bamoon looked very surprised by the final result. Perhaps he had an inkling that this would be the way things end.
Maybe.
Well, in any case, since the Ba fragments are with me now, I guess I can call the shots. Sethos, I would like you to succeed Bamoon as the new leader of the Temple of Silence. You are more suited to the role than I, and I have complete faith that you will be an excellent leader. Just think of it as doing me a favor.
But doesn't that render everything that we've been through up to now meaningless?
No, it doesn't. This experience has allowed us to become friends.
That's how you become friends? You have a duel with them?
The Academia and the Temple of Silence will become partners once more.
Oh, there you go.
That's a much bigger deal than you might think, Sethos. You said yourself, times have changed. You have to believe that things can change for the better here at the temple too.
I will try. To be honest, I couldn't have asked for a better outcome.
Actually, part of me wonders whether Bamoon's intentions from the very beginning was just to create enough pressure to force us towards a duel. That way, no matter who won, one of us would have to surrender our Ba fragment, and the power of Hermanubis would be concentrated in one single person.
Does that mean Cyno now has, like, extra powers? He's a 6-star character.
Had you won,
the one and only
Temple of
6-star
Silence would have
character.
doubled its strength. And were I to win, he correctly anticipated that I wouldn't suddenly drop everything to become the leader of the temple, much less integrate the temple into the academia by force. He knew that the temple's future would depend not just on the guidance of Hermanubis, but the support of the academia too. So he made it his responsibility to ensure his successor would be free from the burdens of the past. His plan meant that whoever ended up succeeding him, they would have an easier time interacting with the academia. With one single letter, he lured out the professor. No matter what happened after that, it would result in a net benefit to the temple.
And here I thought
So either way, the temple won.
For all these trivial details. You're absolutely right. Grandfather and I considered this from every angle. We had to find a way to mend our relationship with the academia. In that sense, the right of duels was just a means to an end.
Well, then there you go. They win either way.
Thank you for everything, Cyno. As a gesture of our gratitude, to those that you and Lesser Lord Kusanali deem worthy, I will grant the honor of access to the Temple of Silence for their pursuit of knowledge.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that it's on the map like that and there's no like treasure chest in the temple. So that makes me think there's going to be like some world quest of some kind or something going on in this area, because they wouldn't just keep it on the map for nothing. Do you know what I mean? But there's nothing in here to grab. There's no chest, there's no Oculus, there's nothing in here.
The Temple of Silence has a wealth of information on King Deshret's civilization.
So it makes me wonder if they're gonna have like an
More than any
event.
other organization in existence today. In times when you need information that only we can provide, we will be here to support you.
Maybe they'll do like a duel, a rites of duels or whatever, like an event in here.
But you must be exceedingly careful with your selection of candidates, lest you lead humanity to repeat the same mistakes.
I mean, that's the only thing that I can think
And
of.
by the way, Tainari, my grandfather was so happy to see you. You are a descendant of the Veluka Shuna, and we are the heirs to the will of Hermanubis. The story goes that King Deshret chose the sage Hermanubis from among the Tainarians and appointed him as his familiar. He went on to fight many valiant battles with his Tainarian companions. They always stood by each other, from the founding of the Temple of Silence to the fall of Tuletula. The Tainarians who left Tuletula joined their human counterparts in the rainforest. A few centuries later, when some of the group returned to the desert, many of the Tainarians chose to stay and put down roots in the rainforest. In all likelihood, those were your ancestors.
How fascinating. My father once mentioned that I was named after the Tainarians, but I never knew that my forebears had such a history with the Temple of Silence.
Yeah, a lot of history.
I like this story.
Yeah, me too.
By the way, has anyone seen Cyrus?
Oh yeah, where'd he go? I forgot all about him. He's the reason why we're here.
Yes, Cyrus. You'll probably find him in my grandfather's room. He wouldn't show it in front of me, but I think he still has many fond memories of my grandfather.
If it's true that you and your grandfather really planned for everything to turn out this way, then I guess he didn't really resent Cyrus as much as he appeared to.
Who knows? Perhaps all of us. You, me, and Cyrus. We're all just pawns in my grandfather's plan to set things straight. He was awful like that.
Someone's got to make the decisions when history is at a crossroads. I will make a detailed report on all of this to Lesser Lord Kusanali, and arrange for an official delegation from the Academia to come and meet you in the desert.
Sounds good, Cyno.
I'm sure you'll have lots to attend to in the days ahead. But once things return to normal, please come and visit the rainforest again. You should stay for a few days this time, and start to build some relationships.
Yeah.
If we're going to work together,
come and hang out.
Both sides have to get to know one another better.
Sethos has to be a 4-star character, right? And I guess is he an Electro character?
I will. All right.
I mean, he was in the fight scene, so I would assume so. Everyone. And it looks like he's got a vision on his hip here.
See you soon. Come hang out with us anytime.
Yes, best of luck to you, Sethos. It was really cool to meet you, man. He's a strong-willed character. I liked him. I liked his character. Hey, it's googly-eyed guy.
What were you thinking gallivanting off into the desert alone at your age? What if you take the bucket, You told not a soul what you were up to, designated nobody to handle your affairs, and left everyone scrambling frantically to try and figure out how on earth to clean up the colossal mess you'd made.
Man, the fish is laying right into him. First thing.
Oh, please,
not a how are
will
you.
Stop your yelling. What other choice did I have?
What do you mean, what other choice? Do you mean to tell me that after all your years of learning, and sagehood no less, the only idea you could conjure up in that white-haired walnut of yours was to shoot off into the unknown like some hot-headed 20-year-old adventurer? A one-man suicide mission, That's
He's
the
just
best
laying into
idea
him.
that one of the finest minds of a generation could come up with, is it? It astounds me that you survived the journey, and you're lucky that Ba Moon didn't finish you off when you arrived.
All right. Honestly, the way you're going off on me, it's like you wish you'd been there to lend him a hand. Does it mean nothing to you that I'm your colleague and former classmate?
I've got nothing more to say.
Oh, he's
What's
pissed.
the point of berating an old bag of bones?
What do you mean, bag of bones? I'm a flesh and blood hero who, despite his old age, saved our General Mahamatra from being stripped of his powers.
I don't know. I feel like Cyno kind of did that himself.
Okay, look. Fine, I admit it, I was in the wrong. How can I make it up to you? What about, a month's work at the Academia?
1 month? Try 3.
Ooh.
Inari's master is really laying into Cyrus.
He is.
Let's give them a wide berth.
Yeah. Let's let them figure it out. See, yeah.
Professor brought this on himself. Don't pay any attention to him.
Do we get another Cyno joke before it ends? I hope so.
Wow, I haven't seen Master get this riled up in a long time. The last time he chewed someone out like this must have been back when I was still a student.
I think I'll go around and update everyone. Tell them the situation's resolved. Want to come with me?
Yeah!
We can go for dinner afterwards. My treat. You in?
Oh, yeah, you know we are.
Makes sense. I'm in.
Yeah, free food is free food. Always happy to help.
Raymon's coming too. Let's go.
Let's go see Candace and Dia, I guess. I see Faruzan. Faruzan!
Hey,
and Cole! Hey!
You're back! Well, look who we have here. Would you mind explaining to me what has been going on this past few days?
I wasn't expecting you to show
ran
up.
off into the desert and got embroiled in a major catastrophe.
all taken care of.
That does not answer my question.
Ooh.
How could you be so careless? That goes for you as well. Yes, and you too.
What did we do? We didn't do nothing. We just came along.
When you run into problems, you really ought to ask for help, you know? I've been around the block. Don't you think it would have made sense to involve me? And let's not forget, I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Faruzan's
now
pissed.
would not be a good time to attempt to argue with Faruzan.
No. I agree.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's not the first time that I've had to talk to you about this sort of thing either. You need to learn that there are times when the right thing to do is get a more experienced member of staff involved. Do I make myself clear? Because if you don't...
Look, how come nobody's asking, are we okay? Are you okay? Is everything okay? Are you fine? Nobody wants to say that. We just get a berating. It's like,
Holly, please do something.
He's giving me the signal. All right, guess it's time to play my ace in the hole.
yeah, help us out.
Say, Madam Faruzan, I can see you're pretty upset, but I was just wondering, remember that time you offered to give me a tour of the Academia? Does that offer still stand?
Cole helping us out.
Huh? Wait, did I hear that right? Kale, you remember? Wonderful. Well, of course the offer still stands. Come on. Madam Faruzan will show you around the old classrooms.
Thanks, Cole. I appreciate that. For distracting her.
Getting dragged off like that. Also, check out Faruzan acting like some sort of official Academia tour guide.
Right?
Kale, cup.
Huh?
Cup.
What? Oh,
right! What do you mean, cup?
Cup?
You need a cup. I can get you a cup.
Cup?
Oh, it's nothing. Just Master's way of reminding me to stay hydrated while I'm out and about.
Is that like an inside joke that I'm missing? It means something else, probably. And I just don't...
It's code for let's reconvene at the cafe.
Oh!
Tainari and I used it while we were in school. And it's become something of a family tradition now.
I gotcha.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 2 people left. Let's bring them along, too. Am I hallucinating?
Hey, guys.
Or do I see Kaveh and Alhaitham engaged in diligent studying?
Yeah, right? I'm shocked.
We're just reorganizing all the books we used. Look, there's a whole mountain of them.
There's no rush. Nobody reads these books anyway.
My sincere thanks to you both.
Yeah.
Yes, with your help, we resolved the issue rather swiftly and painlessly. And the outcome was better than we could have hoped for.
Sino informs Alhaitham and Kaveh of everything that happened in the desert. It's a lot.
I see. The Temple of Silence resorted to rather unique means of self-preservation. It explains how they managed to remain hidden for so many years.
And it sounds like they managed to preserve a whole load of ancient documents as well. I'd love to go check those out if I ever had the chance.
That day will come. The Temple of Silence is a hugely important organization, and we'll be sure to maintain good relations with them in the future.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens with the Temple of Silence in the future. I really am.
Now, as a token of my appreciation, I'd like to treat everyone to coffee.
Yes, coffee! Love coffee.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds great.
Let's go.
Although, after the last few days, I don't know if I can handle another coffee. But I can just order something else.
Okay. Here.
Sure. Let's go.
Let's go to the cafe.
And then the traveler just pounced on their opponent and knocked him right out cold.
Sure we did. It was just fungi.
Then there was Tainari. He put up an amazing fight too. We ended up winning all 3 bouts.
Whoa! Part of me wishes I'd been there to see it, but I'd have been biting my nails off worrying about you guys.
You're so cute, Cole.
A truly edifying account of the events. Bereft of detail, but it has livened up the room all the same.
Hey, Paimon included all the juicy details. The traveler just pounced and then waved their sword like this, then spun around and blocked.
Paimon's voice acting in this patch has been really good. I've really enjoyed her voice acting in this patch. It's been top tier.
Despite winning 3 bouts in a row, you still ceded the position of leader to him. That's very dignified of you, Cyno.
Of course. Being dignified comes with being a true champion.
I got to be a champion too for once. I've not sparred much with desert folk before. It was a pretty unique experience.
Yeah, it was. The venue was pretty impressive too. A very ceremonial affair, very much so. It was wild.
It felt like something right out of an epic poem. Imagine this. It was like there was...
Maybe save that one for later, Paimon. Dessert's here.
Ooh, dessert, cake. I hope it's cake. Everyone enjoys each other's company. General Manamachi's generosity, shockwaves left by the Temple of Silence gradually fade away.
I think that'll do me for today.
Shall we stop off at the House of Dana again before heading home? We should probably finish putting all those books back.
Somebody else can do it.
My thoughts exactly.
Okay.
See you around.
See you guys. Have fun. It was so good to see you, Kaveh. Haven't seen you in a while. You too, Alhaitham. Haven't seen you in a hot second.
I should get going as well.
I need more Kaveh,
Make sure you get some
Alhaitham
good rest
bromance.
tonight.
You too. I need more interaction with Alhaitham and Kaveh. Like, I want to see them behind closed doors. You know what I mean?
I need to go say thanks to the Core 30 for their help. Also, Sir Nephis says he wanted to introduce me to some of the Academia's work processes. So, I gotta dash too.
Bye, Cole. It's always good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever either.
Kale's come a long way.
Yeah, she has.
She's much more confident at dealing with other people these days.
Everyone's a work in progress. You never stop learning.
Very true.
Yeah, true.
Yep, I agree. Do we get another Sino dad joke before the end? I hope so.
That was good. It feels like everything's finally wrapped up now. Life is all about these moments when you can finally relax and hang out with good friends after a job well done. And also, those desserts Sino got, they were really good. Paimon definitely needs more of those in the future.
Yeah, let's come back again sometime. It's always good to see
Sino.
Sino.
Planned for the rest of the day?
No?
If not, would you come somewhere with me?
Are we gonna go camping again? Where are we gonna go?
That's a secret for now. Wouldn't want to spoil the surprise.
Can we go back to the campsite and camp more?
Okay. I think I can
Traveler
guess
can
what
relax.
you're talking about. It'll definitely be a nice surprise.
Well, now Paimon's curious. Come on, let's go.
Let's go. I don't know where we're going, but let's go. Where are we going?
Been a while since I last made my way up here.
Oh, look at this place. We're so high up.
Sumeru is so pretty.
Need any help?
With what? Don't underestimate me. I'm actually a tree climbing champion. Are we climbing trees?
As you wish.
It's a nice spot, isn't it?
It is.
What a great view. We're so high up, we can see for miles.
We should like build a tree house up here.
Traveler.
Yes. What's up?
Turn around.
Okay. Dude, Sumeru is so pretty. It is so freaking pretty out here. It's beautiful.
This is my secret base. Somewhere I only bring my best friends. When I was a student,
we're best friends!
I used to slip away and climb up here all the time, just to clear my head. I was quite young then, and hadn't made too many friends yet. Back then, I had a lot of the same questions that Sethos was asking. Who am I? Why do I have this power? And what should I be fighting for? Our gifts help us to find our rightful place in the world. That was my experience. And I'm sure Sethos will figure things out in his own time, too.
As long as Hermanubis' power endures, you will remain inextricably linked to the Temple of Silence.
You two really are like brothers.
We're like besties.
I feel the same way.
You're one tough cookie, Sino. You're a true champion now.
Of course. I see no need to be humble when it comes to the facts.
I still remember one time when we came up here to chat and do our homework. Cyno accidentally dropped a fruit. Luckily, he has fast reflexes, so he caught it just in time.
If it hits my head, that would hurt from way up here.
That was the one and only time. Nothing will ever slip through my fingers again.
Those were good times. I kind of miss the student life.
You know, Paimon really shouldn't be able to imagine Cyno doing something like that, but for some strange reason, the mental image is coming through clear as day.
Then make it stop. There's somebody there.
Who is that?
It's Professor Cyrus.
What's he doing there?
You guys carry on without me. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
You just take a flying leap?
You're not supposed to jump down. Be careful.
He's just gonna jump off.
Oh my days. I can't believe how stupid I look in this one.
Professor, what are you muttering to yourself about?
Cyno. Just the man I'm looking for. Guess what I found in some old notebooks?
Some old photos?
Oh, is that little kid? Is that kid Cyno right there? Is that kid Cyno?
Can you believe it? This notebook was just sitting in a pile of odds and ends in the sage's office. I must have forgotten to take it with me, and no one's touched it since.
Child Cyno napping?
Still right there. I was at the Academia earlier to discuss my workload with Nephis. I swung by the old office to have a look around and just happened to cross it. Well, time flies.
Little baby Cyno.
Look how tiny you are in this picture. Still a kid.
You look quite young yourself in that one. Ah, it's this one. I remember that. Lisa took it, didn't she?
Yep. Looks like her work, all right. Who else could have found just the right angle to make me look so unbelievably hideous?
And this one. Looks like we're both dozing off.
Oh, cheeky girl. Taking secret photos of us without our knowledge.
Is there something you'd like to say to me, Professor?
Like what? Like, these are good photos, aren't they? Hey, at moments like this, I hardly know where to begin.
Little heart-to-heart going on?
I can't pretend I'm a good person. Bamoon had every reason to despise me. And well, so do you if you feel the same way.
Don't be ridiculous, you old codger.
Is that not what you wanted me to say? Oh, I've dreamt of that place many times after leaving the desert. Sometimes I've dreamed that I was doing a search with them again. And other times, I dream of the day they saved my life. Oh, it was one of the happiest times of my life. We all learned so much from one another. You've matured so much over the years, Cyno.
I know, he's the Grand Mahamatra.
Since you're my professor, I should save you some face by not calling you out on all the non-answers you just gave. So, I will do the right thing and keep my mouth shut.
Good thinking. Take your own advice next time. Seriously, why bully an old man like me? I thought heroes were supposed to be gracious. Hey, wait, how did I not notice this one earlier?
What? What is it? Picture?
Lisa strikes again. Just how many did she take?
Look how cute you were when you were little.
Little baby Sino.
How well-mannered you were back then, too.
Yeah, and look how serious and professional you used to be.
This is a good little interaction. Like you're getting like a bit of like Cyno history, like kid relationship type stuff, you know, and you don't see that much with Cyno.
Oh, I can't compete with you anymore. First you get better than me at the deadpan jokes, and now you're besting me at those little quips too. Huh, that's more like it. Hey, what would you say to meeting up with Lisa again sometime?
Yes, I feel like we haven't seen Lisa in quite a while.
I'd like
When
that.
do we get to see her again?
Let's find a time and pay her a visit in Mondstadt.
All right, I'll add it to my schedule. Let's
Oh,
go
they're gonna go
next
see her.
week.
They're gonna go see her.
Wait, no. Next week is the tomato growing competition. I have got to beat Zaha Hadi.
Really?
Or you could find a real hobby, Professor.
Dude, that was an amazing story quest. Long, but man, there was so much lore in that story quest. I'm gonna have to go back and like watch like that whole thing in the Temple of Silence and all that stuff between Cyno and Sethos and the whole cutscene again. Like I'm gonna have to go back and watch it just to kind of process what I saw and like absorb it and figure it out. Dude, that was fantastic. That was a fan-flippin-tastic story quest. One of the better story quests. Tons of lore in it. The cutscene was amazing. We got introduced to a new character. Tons of characters involved. I loved it. I loved it. I loved every single second of it. That was amazing. That was amazing. If you haven't played it yet, go play it because it's fantastic. Loved it.